Hey, all right, we are live. Hey, everybody. I am David. This is High Shelf Gaming, and tonight we are playing Cyberpunk Red by R.Talsorian Games. They were kind enough to give us the full rules, so here we are playing the full rule set of Cyberpunk. Casey practicing his lip reading there in the Vinton practicing his lip reading there in the roll box. Real quick, just so everybody knows, I'm going to do a quick recap. Oh, you know what I should do first, of course, is announcements. No, if we have many announcements, other than we just finished up a bunch of seminars about Cyberpunk as part of Gen Con. They're on our YouTube. Go check those out. R.Talsorian came on the channel talking about Cyberpunk. Me and a couple of DMs talked about how to run Cyberpunk campaigns. That was a lot of fun. And then just High Shelf Gaming as a crew, we all ran a bunch of events for virtual Gen Con as well. So, like, I don't know, we just did a lot there, and that was a lot of fun. And, you know, I guess if we ever had to do virtual Gen Con again, we could do it. Nobody wants to do that, though. We want in-person Gen Con. Did any of y'all do much Gen Con stuff? Did y'all even look at the Looking Glass?
I did look at that.
I did look at the Looking Glass.
It as a thing was like, like, it's not great.
I
But
think they should have forced people to put info in it. If you were going to sign up for it, you needed to put info in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not just link off to your website.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked some of them had little videos and stuff. Like, that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool. Like, it was. What I've told everybody is Gen Con Online and that weekend was very bittersweet because at least we got to hang out with one another, but it wasn't. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, drinking heavily in your office at home is like frowned upon, but when we do it all out at a restaurant, you know,
where we're wearing funny hats.
So yeah, we're wearing funny hats, maybe, or
suddenly it's okay.
Yeah, suddenly it's okay. But you know, when I'm at home, it's alcoholism, and I need help. Business.
Look, just because I want to go through 3 bottles in my own time while I'm hanging out with my friends online, that's my business, okay?
Right.
You judge me.
That's right. No, yeah, I agree. I think it was a very different experience. I think there was a lot of very different people who did Gen Con Online. Like, I almost feel like the Gen Con Online audience was almost a completely different audience than the in-person one. And if they did both, they would just go ahead and have, like, 70,000 people in person and another 30,000 people online. Because I don't think there's a lot of cross-pollen. That's just my impression. There wasn't really a lot of, like...
I did notice a lot of folks who were like, "Oh yeah, I'm in like Europe. I can't actually attend regular Gen Con, but this I can do."
Right.
So
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Like,
So, let's get into Cyberpunk. We are here in Sacramento. I'll move the map a little bit. There's kind of a crappy brown line around the city. It's a walled city. The city of Sacramento is walled off. It is managed in a authoritarian way by the local municipality electrical provider SMUD, SMUD. In the time of the Red, they arrested a lot of control and basically walled off the city. There are 3 layers to the city. There's the outer layer here, which I'll ping. That's the commons area. Outside of the wall is considered the wasteland, and only wild people live in the wasteland, according to SMUD. But you can see there's a lot of, like, commerce, and there's stuff out there that's outside of the wall. It just lives by different rules. And then there's the High Garden area where Katrina's character, Dr. Violet, has an office. And then there is downtown city center over here, which is, like, basically upper crust type stuff. You know, the elite of SMUD offices there, and all of their various lieutenants and stuff. Getting to our crew tonight, we have next to me is Mike playing Oz, the great and wonderful, powerful Oz, hacker extraordinaire, netrunner. And then next to Mike is Ethan playing Silas, back from the labs of Dr. Weiss with some new shiny toys attached to his person.
It's going great.
What is your humanity at right now? Just so I meta.
Oh, let me double check on that one.
-4.
I don't think it's great.
It's 15.
15. Okay, good. Yeah.
I started at 50, so there really wasn't a lot there to begin with.
No. And then next to Ethan is Gavin playing Ta. Gavin. And then down below me is Katrina playing Dr. Violet, our resident psychologist.
Speaking of, we should be implementing the therapy rules and roles around that, Silas.
Yeah, we should be, during y'all's downtime, y'all should be taking therapy and gaining your humanity back and trying to become more human before trauma visits your character and then your character is psycho. What I would recommend as a GM. So we'll handle that between games. And then underneath Katrina is Casey playing Vinton, our wheelman. Our nomad. You're the only like official nomad in the nomad gang. Yeah. Everyone else, they're all just edge runner posers. You're the actual nomad with the moto skills. So that's good.
Hopefully I don't.
Oh, you broke up a little bit there, Matt.
I said hopefully we don't have to lean on that too hard tonight.
Oh, I think we will, because tonight is a road heist, highway heist. So let's back up a little bit. A few sessions ago, y'all had visited a prison and got a couple of people out of the prison. Dexy's family, you got them out of the prison. In doing so, though, the prison was flooded. The Duke, the guy who is the kind of king within that prison, decided to bust a bunch of water tanks and flooded the ground floor and all the basement floors, killed a bunch of people, killed a bunch of his own people. And since then, y'all have had other adventures where you followed up on a little project for Dr. Weiss. He's got a supplier out here, Hecate Pharmaceuticals, that are not upholding their end of the contract. They're trying to weasel out of the contract in kind of a dodgy sort of way. They're under new management, Anne Hecate, and she is trying to take them legitimate. Stop dealing with ne'er-do-wells like Dr. Weiss.
The only one who gets to weasel is Vice.
That's right.
The only person allowed to weasel in the whole world.
Yeah. That's how Dr. Weiss likes it, is I'm the weasel. You don't weasel. I weasel. So Dr. Weiss sent Silas and Dr. Violet to go and convince Hecate that their ways are in error. Y'all had a meeting with Anne Hecate, and it was going okay. She was giving you a path to make it work again, where you help her discredit a competitor so much so that she can buy them, and then she'll have plenty of supply and she can pick up the contract with Dr. Weiss again. Hey, won't that be great? And that conversation was cut a little short, but the meat of it was there. Off camera, we did a little bit of play-by-post roleplay, which, folks, just so you know, we do that between every session. We do play-by-post, maybe not every session, but a lot. We'll do some play-by-post to get ready for the next session. And so you all hammered out a deal where you agreed to hit one of their competitors, Paragon Pharmaceuticals, who is making a delivery today. And that delivery is in the form of medical supplies like beakers and pipettes and all that junk, and some medication. They're going to a customer, and it's going by way of armored car. And y'all are going to hit that car while it's in transit, or at least that's the agreement so far. We'll figure out what y'all actually want to do. And also some things happened. Vinton, you went and visited Quattro, who helped y'all with the prison. And you rolled up on your motorcycle to visit Quattro. This was, again, a couple episodes when we met Quattro. And you went into his restaurant. The restaurant was deserted. Turns out Quattro was assassinated. His body is still there. And Vinton got a good look at him. Looked like the Duke had it done or did it or whatever. Either way, Quattro is dead by the influence of the Duke, who is still in the prison, right? The Duke is like in prison, but was able to get Quattro killed in Quattro's own restaurant. And you had a brief conversation because Quattro's agent, or an agent that was on Quattro, rang while you were there. And it was a very brief, like, who am I talking to? And you gave him one of your aliases.
Yep.
Um,
Solomon Kane.
That's right. You gave him Solomon Kane, which is the same alias you had given Quattro, I think, right?
No, that was the same alias I gave the Smud agents back
There it is. Okay.
when we got Oz out.
That's right. So, so you gave him that alias, and he basically said, "No, I'm not talking to Solomon Kane. I'm talking to a dead man, because there's a dead man on the other line. Because you don't come into my house and kill my people." So there's a pissed off Duke in a prison, and he's made a threat on your life, and we'll see how that goes down the road. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, Vinton made a deal with Quattro, right? To get the Duke. Does anyone know that other than Vinton?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was at that meet at the end.
No.
Yeah.
So nobody knows that Vinton kicked the beehive or that the beehive was stung back.
Well, yeah. Kicking the beehive was going into the prison.
Well,
and,
yeah.
And by the Duke's logic, you forced his hand into killing his own people. So the Duke wants revenge, no matter what. The Duke wanted revenge.
It just so happens that I also decided to put a hit on him, and it didn't go too well.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
It backfired. Vinton hasn't shared that tidbit yet. And have you shared with anybody that Quattro is dead? I know you went and talked to Dexy's family, but I don't think you mentioned that.
No.
Okay.
The only thing that anyone would probably notice is that the guards seem probably more on edge, and there's a lot less ammo, armor-piercing ammo, around right now.
Yeah. Fair. In the meantime, y'all have gotten details on a shipment from Paragon Pharmaceuticals. They're going to be delivering they're going to be delivering these medical supplies today. You'll have had like a day or so to prepare, kind of thing. And you know that it's an armored car with 4 guards and some kind of anti-vehicle protection, but it can't be a lot because it's traveling alone. But you, just so you all have it in your head, it's like the classic like armored car of today that carries money and bearer bonds and all that kind of stuff. It just has guards inside of it and has been retrofitted many times throughout the time of the Red. So, but it's still the same basic body, a big diesel engine carrying an armored box behind a heavily locked door. And that is what is in transit today when we pick up. And maybe it's in transit tomorrow if y'all want to do a little extra prep work. That's fine too. But we will pick up. We are at camp here at the golf course just south of the military base here in Sacramento, or outside of Sacramento. Oz, I'm assuming that you've come in from the train. You still camp out at the train, I believe. So you've come in from the train, and you've got the little drone on alert. If it sees anything strange, it'll send you a little picture of what it's seeing, and you can make a judgment call if you need to come back and take care of it. Yeah, and y'all are all at camp. How do y'all want to begin?
I assume the family probably has 1 or 2 people out there at the train too as guards.
Yeah.
Now they do. If they don't, I definitely would have sent them out there.
Yeah, it makes sense for the family to have, 3 or 4 people kind of standing around, either on the train or in one of the engines if it's real hot. And, making sure that nobody boosts it or any of that kind of stuff. But I imagine that the drone itself has comms with you. And, even though the family is there and they would totally radio if they saw something, you probably have the drone, up on something, not using any battery, and it just has little motion sensors up. And if it sees something, it does, a trail cam photo and then sends
Well,
you
the
the.
train has cameras and stuff on it too, right?
Oh, that's true. It does. So maybe we just have the train do that.
Yeah, just have the train completely kitted out because the flying drone is gone.
Oh, that's right. You only have the spider drone. I forgot about the flying drone being gone. Yeah,
And
that's
the
right.
spider drone is doing a very important job of killing any bugs or insects that try to get you to sleep.
It's just like standing there and it goes,
Yeah, it's important.
reaches his little leg out, kills little grasshoppers and spiders and things.
It's an important job. We can't deviate from that. I need a good night's sleep.
I like to think that it has. I mean, it has its main pod where it rests and charges. But I'd like to think that y'all have fashioned like a Roomba style charging station where it can like back up and just like charge up and then wriggle out and go smash bugs. Okay, perfect.
So in the large meeting tent, I would call the crew, Silas, Oz, Ta, Minton,
Cool.
to go over the job.
So the details y'all have, I'm gonna ping a little bit on the map here. You've got this highway, that's a state highway, an old state highway, and your shipment is starting out kind of beyond the suburban area, and it's going to be coming along this highway towards town. And basically, if it gets into the city, it's too late, kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be following along that route, along that highway.
Okay. Cool. So when everyone gathers, we've accepted the job with Hecate to disrupt a shipment from Paragon Pharmaceuticals from getting into town. We'll be paid 800 cred for disrupting the shipment, and an additional 1,200 cred if we can make it look like it was Paragon and their security's own incompetence that caused the problem.
That's a piece.
No. That is in total.
Okay.
The reason for this job is to get Hecate back to working with Dr. Weiss. Any additional money is just gravy for. Yes, Vinton, I do realize that it's not a lot of money, but it is what it is for the job.
No.
To be clear, for an average person, that's what, like a decade of food.
It's yeah. I mean, y'all have taken some very big jobs for some very big companies that needed some heavy hits. This is a person who knows you kind of need this to go well, and so she's priced the job for that. And anything in here that you want to keep for yourself, she doesn't care about that. Y'all can have all of that, right? So it's like, I'm going to pay you plus whatever you want to take. I don't care, right? And your boss is going to love you. So like, this is win-win for all of us, right? She gets a little bit of a discount on the job, but not much of one. Frankly, to like hit a car and make sure it doesn't get where it needs to go, you don't have to pay a lot of money to get that. So yeah,
1,000 euro bucks is very expensive, right? So it's like,
yeah.
So I'll lay out the details of where the shipment is coming from. Oz, if we could get you to look into more information about Paragon Pharma, anything that we need to know for her hit, appreciate it.
Okay.
I would like to hit this group in a place where we can get the least collateral damage. So I want to stay out of town if we can, or out of the wasteland anyway. You know what I mean? I don't want to go in and just kill a bunch of people. This to look like some shit happened and they pay for it. I understand that it is very possible that shit could go sideways. And we would have to do what the Midnight Runners do. But I think, and Silas has told me that this is a job that we should be relatively good at doing.
if as if in your research you could figure out what do these fellas promise as a company,
Okay.
and we can just make it look like the opposite of that. Whatever that means, right? If it's
Right.
on time, truck's late. If it's always got the quality stuff, maybe we don't even steal anything. We just dilute a couple products, right? Just make it look as bad as possible. We ain't gotta just shoot everybody, but that's always plan B.
I'm actually in agreement with you. I'm not in a particular killing type of mood right now, so the quieter this can be, the better.
Do you find yourself in a specific killing mood often?
No, I
Good.
find myself in a lot of shitty situations.
To be an absolute opposite of normally, I'm very, very let's not shoot anything because that generally gets me shot at. And I don't like being shot at. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I am anti being shot at. However, I think that we should probably keep in mind that there might be absolutely nothing easier than a nice high-powered round through the engine block, hold the guard at gunpoint, empty the truck into ours, and leave. Problem solved. Go away. No, we lose the extra 400 credits, but maybe we make that back in what we sell from the guys. That might be the quickest, easiest, the least people get hurt. Sometimes a show of force might be the fastest way to just kind of like stop anything from escalating.
I mean, that incompetence comes in many forms, and
Right.
letting some jackasses off the highway loot truck isn't exactly the most intelligent sounding thing now, is it?
Yeah.
And it's an additional 1,200. So it is decent
I thought it
quality.
was 800 and then
1,200
total
extra.
1,200.
1,200 extra.
Total of 2,000.
Oh, wow! That just changed my whole mood. My fault.
That's different. I thought it was just an extra 400. I thought it was 800 or 1,200.
No, if we do it right, it's $2,000 for the group.
Okay. That makes it a little less.
Yeah. So let's find out what information we can about Pharma or about Paragon. Vinton, I assume that we're going to need to use your truck.
Possibly, it's already been retrofitted. So,
Uh,
out of character, can I borrow a acetylene torch?
From
Bro.
where?
We have to have one in our shop. Like, we gotta have one in our shop.
Why?
I have 5.
He's
I
even
would,
putting armor on his truck. I'm pretty sure an acetylene
yeah.
torch makes that a lot easier.
Oh, we lost
great.
Casey.
You said no to the
I'm the
acetylene.
nomad now.
I am saying no to that.
Can I roll a deduction roll to see what would be best to stop the truck on, like its path or anything like that?
Sure.
I was going to as I was giving out instructions, I was going to ask Ta. Ta, do you have ways that you could potentially open up an armored truck?
Folks,
Yeah, I think I'm sure.
real quick, I'm getting a click just as an aside.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was me.
Oh, no worries.
Sorry.
And then also, folks, I'm very sorry about the layouts getting all jumbled. Casey will be back in just a second, and then the layouts will be corrected. I super promise. Hey, there we go.
sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Discord crashed on me.
No. All right.
But just in case the easiest, like Oz said, the easiest solution is to crash and bash. We're gonna need to cut that truck open unless they're electronically locked. Like that's Vinton's thought. It's like, so
My hope was to Ta could have some tech potentially that could get us in.
I probably do, but I probably need to roll something for it. So what do you think I should roll?
Yeah. So like deduction is fine, or
I could do one of my tech skills if you think any of those are more applicable.
Wait, hold on. Isn't there like one? Pardon me,
a whole bunch
stream.
of tech stuff.
Pardon
No.
me, stream. I'm gonna pop open your character sheet. Everybody's gonna look at your stuff. I'm so sorry to expose
That's
what you
all right.
got there.
There is a
Persuasion? Persuasion? No, that's not the right skill. So let's see here. Demolitions.
Electronic security.
Yeah, I was trying to find that security, larceny type stuff. Where is that?
There's an
That's-
electronic security. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Under
electronic
demolition.
security, it stands to reason that this would have some kind of electronic security on the door. But like basic tech would tell you, there's all kinds of ways of using just straight up mechanical advantage and leverage to rip open a door or rip a door off or whatever. And you've got some demolitions, that explosives would get you through. But if you wanted to do like a deduction to see about like things that are specific to armored trucks that you could do that is outside of the norm, I think that would be fine. So if you wanted to toss in a quick deduction roll, that'd be nice.
Sure. Okay. Probably won't be as high as attack.
Nice.
Oh,
pretty good.
okay, that's good. That's real good. So, all right. Other than the things that you already know about in terms of just getting doors off of their hinges or opening them, that kind of thing, you know that the armored cars, the portion that is the armored section is largely separated from the truck section. It's its own kind of container. And there's a lot of times like a window in both, some kind of bulletproof window, so you could like slide that open and they could slide theirs open, you could have a conversation, but otherwise you keep them both shut for security reasons and like latched so that people can't, I don't know, do something terrible to you. If you wanted to, you could very easily open a hole in the top and fill it with something that they wouldn't like. Gas, water, anything like that. Fuel, accelerant, and then blow this thing out from that entry point. You make a hole, fill it with whatever you like, and then light a match or set off a small explosive or whatever, and that would, just from the pressure wave, the shock wave within here, or the accelerant going off, like open that door, or at the very least ruin everything inside. Most likely open the door. I'm trying to think of some other deduction stuff for you. Weakest point is in the bottom, right? They're all armored on the sides and the top, but like along the bottom, they got
how
some.
easy is it to just pop the armored part off of the truck part?
Not super easy.
Super easy.
The box
Not
itself
sure.
is pretty well welded. You can remove them from the structure of the truck, from the frame of the truck. So you could like conceivably detach it from the frame, take the whole armored section off, and like swap it with a new armored section that's like empty.
That might be a bit far. I was just hoping to just pop the thing off, and,
I was just thinking like you could really take this a lot of interesting. You could like fill it with teddy bears and be like, "Here's your shipment of teddy bears. Good job."
Could you make like a hole in the top and go through both layers of armor with the gas and then blow it up? Right. So rather than getting in between.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to get like one of those long drill bit kind of things, but you could totally get in through one layer of armor and then a second layer of armor, and then fill that thing with whatever you like, and then blow it. You'd need like a little stopper, little rubber hose, and you're good to go.
Okay. So I tell the group the information I deduced.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, even if like we could make the guards fall asleep, something like on the job, and their stuff got stolen.
I mean, they got to stop for gas somewhere too, so we might be able to do something there as well.
I think
I was
what
gonna.
might be good in the end, if we do the job, is then to put out a screamer sheet about the job, like not our involvement, but just that they fucked up in some way.
Yeah, if we could, I kind of like the sound of empty truck and a couple of chuckle fucks sleeping in the front.
Yeah.
The optics on that are pretty good. You snap a couple pics and pop that up on Sacramento's web, and we're good to go.
Yeah, sounds good.
Shit, I might earn us a bonus.
Do we know if this is an everyday occurrence or just once?
Oh, this delivery? This is not a very common delivery. It is something that they regularly do, but it's not an everyday thing.
I would, if you don't mind, Doc, like to go case the highway, just to kind of see potential bottlenecks, weak points, places we can lay down spike strips, stuff like that, or places that we can easily ambush the truck, fuel
Okay.
stops, that kind of.
That sounds like a good plan. You need someone to go with you, or are you good?
I mean, Silas, if you can separate, Silas can separate from you for a little bit. I appreciate to have the extra eyes. He's pretty good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll stay here and help Oz gather any information with Oz. I have some medicine I can put together in case we need it. So
Okay.
cool.
I would look over at Tars like, you good? Like, do you want to come? You know,
Seems
I
like
know
I
the
may
last
need
couple of.
prepare stuff here, so I'll stay here.
Okay, cool. All right then. So, cool.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
break.
I'll. A little more
Okay.
energy, guys. Yeah.
I
See.
probably have town to find out information, right? I mean, it's not like he can patch into World Wide Web anymore.
Right, yeah, so you have to go into town, get access to a local data node, rumor mills, that kind of thing. You have already kind of established some of that stuff previously, so I'm not going to make you roll on, like, gaining access and all that kind of stuff. You're paying your dues into that community. You're bringing your own juice there.
Well, library
Can
skill that
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Can I take Oz into the city where my office is?
Yeah, you probably don't want
Okay.
him doing a net run from your office, but you can totally. He'll be in the Garden District with you, and then he's got places he can check
Mhm.
in.
and I'm almost out of non-curry type food, so I need that.
Yeah, we could go get real food. You want to
Yeah.
go get real food?
You guys go and get like some hamburgers
wrong?
or some tamales.
What's
Is
wrong
that
with
okay,
my food?
Silas?
Oz always brings back food whenever he goes. He has to have. There's only so much curry a person can eat. I mean, really.
I guess I would just advise gonna check in with Silas that it's okay. She goes into the city without him.
Is it?
I think we'll be fine.
All right.
All right.
I love Dexy in chat. Sorry guys, I just love it.
Is he mad that we're talking bad about his food?
Yeah.
Curry?
All right.
I don't have a problem with Dexy's cooking. The curry is great, but you can only have curry for breakfast so many times, or your day is done. Okay, it's not the way to start the day.
So let's get your library search taken care of, Oz. I won't make you do like a whole big rigmarole. Let's just get into town. You're in the Garden District. There's a handful of area net data caches for you. Do a library search to find out what you can on Paragon Pharmaceuticals.
Cool.
All right, good stuff. So with Paragon Pharmaceuticals, they are, like I said, they're a bit bigger than Hecate Pharmaceuticals. They have been around for about the same amount of time, but they won some early contracts that really boosted their stuff. They have a contract with SMUD, and they have a contract with some local clinics, some like medical marijuana shops and that kind of thing. And they also have a contract with hold on a second. Legend Keeper. Yeah, they have a very small contract with SeaTac up here. Not SeaTac, my apologies, with the military base up here. The delivery you have is apparently not going to the military base up here, but that is their third customer. These, of course, would be highly sought after customers for Hecate Pharmaceuticals, and so discrediting them here, giving them a bad reputation here, would give Hecate a huge leg up in the next bidding cycle.
Mhm.
Do we know who this shipment is going to?
You don't know on a 20.
You said that we knew that this was a fairly regular. Would I be able to find out the route, more specifically times? Do they stop for gas?
Sure. Let's see here. As you look at the route and that sort of thing, sure, the truck is coming from farther away, and they don't really stop for gas. They stop for like a food break.
Mm-hmm.
And so they tend to stop either just inside of town or a little bit outside of town, depending on how their schedule is going. But their final delivery, at least on this route, tends to be right up next to the Garden District. I'll figure out right now where they're going to stop. Okay. So, yeah, that's what you know about this delivery and that sort of thing. Based on where they're going, it's either a clinic or SMUD itself that this is getting delivered to.
Are CVs still a thing?
Sure. Yeah, the radio waves are still radio waves. So, yeah.
Okay, so here's my question. And I'm going to throw this out here to the group as an idea. Say you got big rigs going back and forth all the time. People are doing things, blah, blah, blah. And Casey, as a truck driver, you can confirm this for me. But if you're driving into town and you hear from a trucker going the other way that there's a wreck up ahead and everything's shut down, you're going to pull off and get something to eat now to give time for that to come out, right?
Or find an alternate route. Those are the two things. We either stop and let it clear up, or find an alternate route if there is one. So that's a possibility.
We could have Casey going the other way temporarily and be like, just kind of telling everybody, hey, there's a wreck at such and such. But we could even have a wreck at that location.
Just make one.
Just make a wreck. Just, we could have two of our chuckleheads take cars out, bang them into each other, and be sideways on the. It doesn't have to be a massive wreck. It could just be a delay.
So notes on that. Time of the red, right? There's no like highway patrol making sure everything's good and the wreck gets cleared in a timely manner. No. The people who are out here driving on these roads are like, I got to solve these problems on my own. So they do things like make scoops that like just move wrecked cars out of their way, right? Like Casey's truck has a giant rolled...
my truck, a giant ram.
Yeah, it's
bumper
it's
to
like
push things out of my way.
Problems just go away. This truck probably doesn't have that. They probably have just the protection for the truck itself and don't have like the extra bits needed to, forcibly move a bunch of stuff. I mean, they could move like cars and stuff, but they really couldn't move trucks, right? They're really not fit for off-road. So it is one of those things you just kind of remember that the nature of, hey, there's an accident ahead could mean like, sure, let's wait for it to get cleared out of the way. Or it could also mean like, I'll just wait for one of the big boys to come through and clean this up for me.
And that's what I'm thinking is we'll go out and get something to eat. One of these big guys comes through and cleans it up, but it'll be fixed by then. But that might help them make that decision to get off where we want. Maybe not.
Are the tires armored?
Yeah, typically on these armored trucks, the tires themselves are armored.
Okay.
Yeah, but big enough spikes.
I was thinking, why don't we like make a huge divot in the ground and just wreck their wheels and like undercarriage so they just can't move anymore? And if they do finally fix their car, they're just gonna be so late that they're already screwed.
So the.
You
want to go first?
I was gonna say, in real life, these things are built pretty well in the sense of like, that's not gonna. it's gonna stop them, but it ain't gonna really hurt anything. So
all we need
Also,
to do is just stop.
completely intact truck that is empty is a lot more embarrassing than totally wrecked truck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
something
just
that
from
has
a-
caused them to
Right.
like.
So I will say these are top heavy, right? So like if you like rammed it with sufficient force, it would fall over, right? Like if you were coming at it from the side and hit it, it's a top heavy armored truck, so it doesn't have to lean too far before it's just going to go the rest of the way over. But then it's on its side and it probably just doesn't make the delivery, right?
I kind of like something of the sort of getting it to stop almost naturally, like food, something like that. Because if a bunch of jackoffs are getting some food and their shit gets, then that looks bad.
I have another question. Can Ta make something that if we like attached it to the vehicle, it would stop it from working? Like maybe we could facilitate a breakdown. Like maybe we have somebody on a motorcycle ride up and hit it on the back, and then it causes the truck to electronically freak out or something. I don't know what tech options
Will
there are.
EMP doohickey?
Yeah, I'm thinking back like in Fast and the Furious how they like shot it with the thing and it like
right,
car shut down.
shorted out the ECU. Yeah.
Something along those lines. We could work that out and just shut it down and then take that apart. Take that with us. Maybe throw a couple bottles of whiskey into the cab with the guys. And,
I mean, y'all don't have an EMP bullet, and getting said EMP bullet would be like really difficult.
But don't we have that huge EMP gun battery that we had when we were prepared to fight Ember? I remember we're keeping this thing.
Yeah. It's a maser. It's a millimeter wave laser thing.
Yeah, that's what
And what it does is it heats up electronics. It's really good on cybernetics because cybernetics don't have a lot of like tolerance for heat, and they start to melt down. Whereas like, I don't know, a big truck, it's like, throw what you got. I'm fine. I'll handle this heat. So it's a right tool, wrong job for that one. If you like got it at the computer, you could like melt the chip for sure, but you'd have to get to the computer.
Usually on chassis, so yeah, if we stop it naturally, we could pop the hood and fry the ECM with that gun, like while they're getting lunch. That is another option because the ECMs are right there on the firewall. Real life, and I would think Vinton knows that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, with enough vehicle tech, like you work on that enough. Again, time of the red, like there's always the room for modification to happen, but it makes a lot of sense for it to stay on the firewall because that's where it's most protected.
Yeah.
There's got to be breakdowns that happen. Are there like, because like every other red-blooded American, I've watched my fair share of ice road truckers, and I know that they've got the tow truck for big rigs and stuff. Is that something that we could maybe do? Maybe their truck breaks down and then we just pull up and take it.
Yeah, there absolutely big rig tow trucks. They are like they're intended to be out in the wasteland. So they are like the operator for that truck is expecting to be in the Wild West and is not going to like give up their truck lightly. But that truck does absolutely exist, and you could go and get it right now if you wanted to. Because I love that idea.
I do have a question. Because we as Nomad family, we're pretty self-sufficient, and we're transporting. We got to have something that we rig up to look like a tow, like the tow a vehicle. That's better than just throwing chains. My truck dragging whatever truck back, right? We got to have like a tow, like a thing that hooks up to the fifth wheel that I can tow, like, or something.
Let me think. I guess we could roll to see if one, you have one, and two, is it here at this camp, or is it at the other camp?
What do I need to roll for that? Because I'll roll for that.
I think roll moto. Like, let's just see straight up what your moto skill is, and is it even in the shop here? Okay, yeah, 13. That's good enough for me. There is a like a heavy haul, like a heavy vehicle, uh,
recovery.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like a partial trailer, I would think. Like you winch something up onto a set of wheels that has a nice big thick axle, and they can drag around the front of a semi, kind of thing. It's nothing. It's not nearly as stable as the real big rig tow trucks, but it can absolutely take a truck and like at low speed move it to where you can go and get it worked on.
Okay.
Because I would think that even more embarrassing than a couple of chuckleheads in a truck that are drunk is if the whole shipment just goes away. Like the truck and everything. Then the family gets another truck. This could work out really well. I mean,
we did just ruin one car, so we need to replace it.
Yeah.
I would like having a armored truck would actually be really nice. I would not mind having something else to be cannon fodder that's not my truck. Like that's Benton's idea. Like, let's do it.
Out of character, if we could also like, I don't know, they're asleep. We just kind of like just pants them and leave them on the side of the road. Like that's funny, right? Like that's just
Here's the question.
comedic
So out of
factor.
character,
Post
how
that
are
on
we
the
gonna
web.
put
Like,
them to
oops.
sleep?
What was that, Casey?
How are we gonna put them to sleep? How are we gonna put them to sleep? We don't have nitrous. We don't have access.
Mix bleach and borax, and you get some, or whatever it is, and you get chloroform. There's like two things.
Don't we have tasers?
I got questions later.
I don't know. Well, I remember I saw this whole video on like how to not clean your house. And it was all the things that you use together that are just regular household cleaning products that make things that are bad for you, like chlorine gas or chloroform or all these other things that just are really bad for you. And so like
bleach and ammonia.
One of those mixtures just makes chloroform. And that is the sleepy time gas, apparently.
I mean,
if you use bleach and ammonia, you'll kill people. So
hey, it worked for Casey Anthony.
I was just thinking we would tase them as they're coming back out to get into their truck. Maybe that's that. Then we move them off to the side and then pull the rig up. We disappear the rig. We're done. Problem solved.
We are
tasers.
dealing with professionals who probably have guns and some sort of tech device that protects the truck. I don't think we'll be able to just tase them and just take the truck from them.
While they're getting food, could you electrify the outside of the vehicle so that when they touched it to get in, they got tased?
If I have enough time, I can make about anything if you also help me get the resources.
I mean, all that should do is take some car batteries and some leads, right? It might be a little bit more than a tase. It might blow their shoes off, but I'm okay with that if they,
So I'm hearing the formulation of the plan. The plan is to convince them to get off the highway at a specific place, and you're going to convince them by either reporting there's an accident or go ahead and just make an accident happen. It's going to force them off the road, and hopefully they decide, all right, let's go ahead and stop for food instead of let's continue on our way and make our way through like side streets. So they're going to get off the highway, and then y'all are gonna they're gonna stop someplace, maybe, hopefully, and when they stop that place, you're going to do something to their truck.
Attempt to away.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to maybe hope that Talk can come up with those zappy zaps or stuff beforehand so that it's not a jury rig at the end rush kind of thing. Oz can help with that. So
I can invent new things, and that's one of my skills. So you just have to tell me what I need to roll, and I'll roll it.
Yeah, and so y'all have, call it a day to get all this together.
And rubbing alcohol, by the way, which are two very common things
to knock people out.
And that's Yeah, that's chloroform. That's from goodhousekeeping.com. It's funny. You just type what cleaning products not to mix, and there's all these very useful guides on what it makes if you mix them. It's kind of dangerous.
Goodhousekeeping.com.
My 5th grade science fair project was how to make napalm, and I did it with household products. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, but the bleach and rubbing alcohol is the chloroform. If we want to kill them, bleach and vinegar makes chlorine gas.
Or bleach and ammonia makes chlorine.
Bleach, yeah, all these are on this list, and they all make bad
bleach.
things.
Just stop. Don't mix bleach with anything, people.
The only one that doesn't kill you on this list is baking soda and vinegar, because that just kind of turns into water.
But that's how you make the
sodium acetate.
That's how the volcano when you're in like 5th grade science.
Right.
So,
but it's actually useless as a cleaning product because it just turns into water.
So okay. So y'all are going to get the truck off the road. You're going to perform some action to either knock them out or poison them, maybe, or zappy zap them when they come back to their truck after getting food.
Yes.
Either way, we want to make them sleepy.
Okay.
And then we're just going to leave in the truck.
I'm just going to like make sure they eat a lot of like fried food and they just kind of like get the insulin dump.
If we wait till the next time they make this trip, we can open up a restaurant.
Now we'll get back into Finn territories of scheming at this point.
Okay. So
Silas knows how to make barbecue.
Yeah. So we're not going to like violently hit them on the road. We're going to get them off the road and sneakily hit them.
Every way to avoid that, David. I know that's disappointing.
It is very disappointing to me. I read up on the vehicle combat rules for a reason.
Knowing us, Dave, you'll still get to use them.
You'll still get to use it. This is
knowing us.
At the end of the day, if one of this very intricate plan fails, it's just going to devolve with me ramming my truck into. That's how this is going to.
Well, it depends on what step goes wrong, right?
Sure.
Right.
Because if the getting them off the highway fails, then that's when we have to just ram them. Okay. If they're out of the truck, there's no reason for ramming. They're out of the truck.
I do appreciate you telling me what I have to do as a GM to get what I want.
I just know when you brought up vehicle combat, I was like,
shut up.
That's the last thing I want to do.
Make sure the DM has fun too.
Yeah. No. It's good. Okay. So, talk to me about how you're going to either create an accident or convince them that there's an accident. What are you going to do there?
So, being that me and Silas are scouting, the easiest way to force them off the road is to find an exit before a bridge. If we can find an exit before the bridge and cause the accident on the bridge, it's almost 100, unless they just want to sit there,
right.
It's almost 100% guaranteed they're going to get off.
Okay.
And it has to be a big enough accident, so probably if we could get one of our junkiest trucks and get one of our younger drivers, jackknife it, kind of make it into a precarious situation that even hitting it off the road can't really do anything. So, like, let's say the back axles on the trailer are hanging over the bridge, and that's pretty much going to block up all the lanes. And that's going to stop them. If we create the accident. Like, I say we just go ahead and create it. Trying to fake it, you'll have other drivers come behind me and say, that fool's lying. So, let's just knock out, like, the faking it. Let's just create the accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we can find an exit before a bridge and cause it on the bridge, we'll go.
And it sounds like the accident is really going to be like a vehicle that's just blocking the whole road, not like turned over and on fire, but just inconvenient.
It'll probably be turned over because otherwise, like, somebody could just get in it and drive it off, right? Like,
no, if we can, that's what I'm saying. If we can get it to where the tandems of the trailer is hanging kind of over the bridge, there is no driving off, but it's gonna block it up. It's going to block it up.
All we got to do is get a bunch of cars with auto drive and then just put time control.
Yeah, that works real well in my games.
That's surefire.
That works super well in my games.
So yeah, that would be what Vinton would be looking for, is like a bridge.
Okay.
To
good
like right
restaurant
before an
before it.
exit.
With
Just
a
get
good
somebody who
restaurant like
doesn't-
a kolache place right before it.
Oh, that would be like a truck stop or something.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
something like we'll look for a truck stop exit with a bridge right before it.
Right.
That's a very
Just tell
specific
somebody who
target.
doesn't know how to drive a semi to try to make a U-turn on a bridge.
There you go.
And that'll fuck it
That's-
right up. And there's not even an
that's
accident involved. That's just like
Okay.
I couldn't do that under the
That's
best
why I
of
said one of-
circumstances.
All right. So who is driving the? Is it one of the crew that's driving this truck and trailer, or is it one of the family
it would be
members?
It would be one of the family members, because I would be in my.
Awesome.
So this is the scouting, right? Like, we're still scouting, right? Or are we
Yeah,
just
I'm
running?
I'm trying to put your plan together so I know what we're about to do.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah,
cool.
okay. It would be one of the family members, because I would be in my truck.
Okay.
Coming the opposite way to let them know about the accident I just passed.
Are you in your truck, or are you in the truck that is going to be the tow truck thingy?
My truck is the tow truck thing. I'm
It's-
gonna hook it up to my truck.
Yeah,
Okay.
the towing kit would be attached to his truck. Instead of his
Gotcha.
trailer, it would be the towing kit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna take your towing kit. You're gonna head out. You're gonna get one of your rooks to stop.
Just try to bust a U-turn. Make
Yeah.
a bet with them. It's like,
Yeah.
I bet you can't make that U-turn.
Oh sure, yeah. There's totally gonna be somebody who does that, like a snipe or somebody like that is gonna run in there
Yeah.
and make that happen for sure. Okay, good stuff. And we know there's going to be a couple places for them to eat. Where is the rest of the crew going to be?
I'm sorry, can I backtrack just a bit? I wanted to make some speed heal. Some medicine.
Oh, yeah.
before-
Yeah, go ahead and give
before
me
we
go ahead and give
So
me a
this-
roll to make your speed heal.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Can we also maybe source tasers from the armory?
Roll a d10, roll low. And Ta, you asked me about your drill. You've already got your drill. Okay. So Oz, you get a taser.
Taser.
Yeah.
I gift it magnanimously to Silas. He's going to handle it.
Sure. Yep.
Sorry, I'm verifying the right skill.
Do I need to build anything else, or am I all set?
Oh yeah.
Well, are you gonna make a zappy thing? Are you gonna make a pump this truck full of stuff thing? Because if so, you need to gather those supplies.
Yeah. What's the consensus? What do people want me to do?
If we can make the chloroform gas, I would vote for chloroform gas.
Yeah, I think the sleepy thing works best if it works pretty quickly, because then it's less of a deal. They're inside. It's not as, as people see them drop off the ground, from outside the truck, then that might be something that draws attention. But if they get in and then they go to sleep, that might work the best.
Okay. Oh God! All right, Katrina, you've realized about halfway through that your efforts are not going to go well, so you lose some of the supplies needed, and you don't get any made, unfortunately.
Okay, thanks.
I like chat's suggestion of modding a taser to inject chloroform. I think that is a fantastic idea.
You can definitely shock
I
that
have
into-
syringes. I mean, I could make a syringer.
Yeah, there's also like hypos, right? Like a hypo spray. There's a whole thing about how to like forcibly hit somebody with a hypo spray. So you could maybe make a hypo spray that has a couple of shots of knockout drug in it, sedatives.
bleach and rubbing alcohol, apparently.
No, the bleach and rubbing alcohol is a you have to inhale it for it to knock you out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted a handheld, I'm going to hit this on your body somewhere and get you to go to sleep, that's going to be like some sort of sedative, like a horse tranquilizer or something like that.
Sure, I'll make a couple of those.
Which might be easier to find than something like rubbing alcohol, because if real life is any indicator, that shit is the first thing that's gone.
Everybody
In
buys
any
it and
sort
it's
of
gone.
emergency situation, like
Yeah. Roll
nobody's
for,
seen rubbing alcohol in 50 years.
yeah. Roll for me your makey stuff to get yourself a hypo with some shots
My
of.
invention.
Yes.
So my invention has to have another skill because it's a number. It's a modifier that I add on top of what skill it is. So
Yeah.
what would you say is good for that?
I think
Basic.
the hypo spray stuff, that's all like medical driven.
Okay.
Is there a medical tech skill?
So first aid.
Tech?
There's a med tech role, but it's specific to med tech.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
There's a weapon.
Well, then I
Yeah.
guess for you, Ta, would be basic tech, and then maybe Vi, you could help out and make the actual component, the actual drug.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is going to be a +2. All right. I'm just going to roll this, but it's just going to have a +2.
Awesome.
So 24 overall.
Yeah, you get a hypo, and you modify it to allow you to do a couple of doses. It'll let you do 6 doses in the thing.
So there's at least 6 guys on this truck.
No, there's 4. There's 4 guys. You know about
Plus
4, so you can get
we
4.
know about 4. There's
and-
2 in the back.
and then 2 bonus hits, just for yourself, just for like, ooh,
Just
that
for
was
yourself, like-
that was rough. I'm gonna dose up.
Well, I mean, he had to test it, right, to make sure it worked. He just found it. I walked by. Shh, it worked.
Oh my god.
This is
What
a
happened to
stupid
me?
thing, but I'm
Uh,
looking at chat. I got a question. Can I roll luck?
Katrina,
Can I
could you
roll luck?
roll up for to actually make the compound that would knock people out?
Yep.
Okay. Is that, let's
I can't
see.
take my tech roll. Sorry, hold on, Dave. That
No,
was-
you're good. I thought that was low.
Right? Which means the first one wasn't right either. Which is
Oh
fine.
no.
That's right.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Whew. Whoa, that's
and
way bigger.
And I credit.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you you make it. It is it's fast acting. You know, it's this is you should be selling this stuff on the street, really, because this is going to be a very strong compound that is not going to leave a lot of side effects after the fact. DTP.
It runs in the family.
Yeah. Does run in the
Glad
family.
that
Making
she-
good drugs runs in the Vice family. That's for
I
sure.
was taught
Can I-
so much by my mentor.
Yeah.
You can. I'm being, but I saw it in the chat and it made me laugh. Can I roll luck to see if one of these have like a refillable vape? That's got to be
If one of who has one?
like one of the security guards.
Oh, don't roll luck. Like, obviously these guys smoke. Some of them vape. Some of them like
Cool.
do whatever. Yeah, like that's
Cool.
they live hard lives. Like they don't they're not worried about making it to 60. They're worried about
Bye.
doing whatever whatever they got to do to make it to tomorrow.
Vi, I have a favor. I need a very, very small dose, maybe, of some of that chloroform agent you got right. Just a
Why?
little bit.
Just
Why?
give one of my doses.
You know, just in case something doesn't go right, we can at least knock out the driver. Please, can I have it? I promise I'm not going to do anything nefarious with it.
That's a fucking lie, and we both know it.
That's our whole
Okay.
job.
The reason
is
that
doing
you're
nefarious things.
Various things. It's what we do.
Yeah, why do you think we're
Fine.
here? I mean, we're about to boost an armored truck.
Just trust me. Trust me.
So hold on.
I'm going to try to put it in one of the guys'
You're working
guys'
on
equipment.
you're working on getting something that's going to be aerosolized that they're going to bring into their lungs, right?
Yeah.
So that's not what Dr. Vi was working on. Dr.
That-
Vi was working on an injectable that goes into the bloodstream. What you need is what frickin' Silas was talking about, just some bleach and whatever.
Oh, well then never mind. I'll make it myself.
Yeah.
Just mix that up yourself, but don't inhale the entire
That's
time.
like a much worse idea.
So, Vincent,
Like, no,
Vincent, while you go to make this concoction, will you please roll for me a basic tech?
Oh, do I?
The worst
Yeah,
thing
I
that can
got
happen
you,
is you
dude.
just pass out.
Oh!
Yep.
Mm.
Get it out of the way now.
You should have asked me.
Oh
Get it out
my
of
god!
the
Oh my god, this is incredible. Okay, so y'all are gearing up, getting ready. Vi and Todd, y'all have been working hard on this hypo project. You got that done. Silas, you've probably been cleaning all your guns, right? And there's this like weird tickle in the back of your nose that just draws Silas away from his bench. Like you get everything wrapped up so you're not like leaving parts out that will walk away. But you start to follow your nose and you end up in Vinton's part of the tent. And it just reeks of like bleach. And you like kind of move the door and Vinton is like head, like upper body, shoulders, just like face first right onto his table. And you can see like this big bowl of stuff and there's these bottles like near it and it just reeks of bleach and rubbing alcohol and maybe a little something else in here. And like you can just see Vinton is like, you know, drooling and like smooth passed out in here.
Yeah, Silas will take his handkerchief or whatever and kind of fold it a couple times and tie it around the face and then just grab him and just pull as hard as he can. I mean, he's got the cyber arm, so that probably helps a little bit, but just pull him out.
Yeah, you've got you're cybered up pretty well, and you already had like a decent body. I think you had like a body of 7 or 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
So yeah, you get Vinton out, and you know a few moments pass, and Vinton, you start to come to. You really don't remember. You don't remember this. You like had the bottles, and you were starting to get them together, and then like you were out of your tent with Silas next to you.
I'll be looking at him like,
Silas is like this. He's full arms crossed, just
the chemistry doc. That was not a smart. Stick to what
Oz comes by and smells it. Is like, we have cleaning supplies? You told me we had cleaning supplies? I need that bleach. Do you know how dirty that train is?
You go in and get the rest of the bleach. There's like a little bottle of bleach left over for you.
You just poured that shit in the
welcome,
bowl. Huh?
Oz.
Just poured it. Just didn't grab one of them paint masks or anything.
Yep.
Look, man, I'm good at driving. I'm good at shooting. I'm good at talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. And the doc and Toss seemed busy, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
So now we know that chemistry is not something I'm good at.
Nope.
Ever. Never gonna do that again. Ever. Appreciate you.
At least we learned.
Yeah,
Lessons learned.
I'm honestly amazed you grabbed the 2 right things at that point.
I'm not dumb, Silas. I did pay somewhat attention to chemistry class when I was in school. It's rusty. It's been a while, okay?
It's like a few years, yeah.
It's been a while since I've been in school.
There's no fume, no like a fumigator or
Fume
whatever,
hood,
fume
yeah.
hood or any of that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all get out. Are there any other preps to do before y'all go?
So do we need to actually scout the place out, or like is that just hand wave? We found the place, or is that?
Yeah, I feel like since y'all are designing this in a way, you're gonna be able to find a bridge for sure. And sure enough, you will have scouted the place where there's a bridge inside of an exit, and there's going to be some kind of truck stop, gas station, kolache place nearby. Empanadas and kolaches, That's what they sell.
Showy.
Yeah.
Empanadas, man.
Oh, get them kolaches.
Yep. It's like a Czech Mexican fusion place where they do tamales and kolaches and empanadas, and they blend them all together.
They're really cute, and they call it Chexican food.
Chexican.
Nice.
It's a Chexican place. You're going to a Chexican place.
The wins.
I need to open this now because I love Czech food and I love Mexican food.
Yes. All right.
All of our missions to start here. Can we just start new home, Greg? Can we move the camping?
All right. So
they start wondering though, because they're like, why have the last 10 weird road incidents happened at this one?
all right. So you go to the Chexican place and scout this out. It's got Ethan, I love it. All right, so you go to the Chexican place just to scout that place out too, right? They've got some chew pumps. They've got a natural gas pump, and then they've got the restaurant, the bakery, and the convenience store all kind of in a line. They all have different entrances, and they are 3 technically different companies, but that's just for tax dodging reasons. And so the fuel pumps are a 4th company entirely. So so you kind of scouted this place out pretty well. It's one of those truck stops that has like showers and that kind of thing. So it's a nicer place for people to stop. Anything else y'all need this to have? Okay. I'm seeing some no's. Okay. Cool. So let's start the op, yeah? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Should we take a break before we do that?
What Ethan said, but also potentially cameras that can be hacked.
Yes, there are absolutely cameras here. They would likely only report to this building, right? So you'd have to find the room where all that is stored or get near it. But yeah, there are absolutely cameras around.
How about some electronic locks on like shower stalls or whatever?
Not on shower stalls, no. Those are all like
automate that process.
There's like some sort of key code. You learn the key code and you kind of thing. All right.
Should we?
Yeah, so let's
do a big truck heist. It's probably gonna take a while.
Okay. All right, chat. We are going to run away and do a. Let's see. I'm just making sure I got all my notes from everybody. Yep. Okay, got all my notes from everybody. Good stuff. All right. So I am going to set up our lovely giveaway. We're going to be giving away a copy of Legend Keeper during the break. Legend Keeper is what we use to track our game and make sure, like, we know where everybody's at, what all has happened. It's a cool site that allows you to have maps that go within maps and nest within maps, so you can have like an area map and then the building map and then like the network map for Cyberpunk or what have you. And then also in Legend Keeper, you have a huge wiki that allows you to, write articles. In our game, the players, they all write articles for themselves, and we like share knowledge amongst one another. I have a little DM section that's just for me and all of the secrets I know, and then I can like expose those articles whenever I want. It's a really, really powerful role-playing tool. Let's see here. Let me get to the giveaways, and we're going to give away a beta key to that, beta access to that. I'm going to just toss it open right now. So in the chat, it should say, yeah, there you go. If you use ! Legend Keeper, all one word, it kind of says that in the description, ! Legend Keeper, that'll get you into the giveaway so you can win your own copy of the program. It's a beta access, it's a web app, it's really slick, really powerful. We all use it and love it. So by all means, enter in to win some Legend Keeper. All right, we're going to go for a 10-minute break, right? Come back at 9:37 my time, whatever your times are. All right, folks, we will be right back. We are back from the break. Let me finish up this giveaway super fast. Everybody who entered in to win, I'm so glad that we got some entries. And let's pick out a winner here. J-Matt. Congrats to the J-Matt. Let me find you in the stream. There you are. All right, J-Matt, I'm going to send you a whisper. And I am going to, one, say congrats. And then ask you for your email. Once I get that, I will be able to send that on to the good folks over at Legend Keeper, and then they're going to be able to get you your account. It usually takes them like same day, next day type thing to get around to it. But once you have an account, you'll be able to go to legendkeeper.com and log in with your email address. That's really all it takes is your email address. Oh my god! Strobe effects.
It's Casey.
We're getting there. Casey will be back shortly, I'm sure. So while I'm in Ethan's box, I'll just say, my name's Silas. I shoot things. And then... oh, I'm still in Ethan's box.
Really, really cut him to the core.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just... Okay. Well, in a second, everything will stop shifting. I promise.
Thank you.
There we go.
Jeez.
Bam. Welcome back. Welcome back, Casey. So yeah, shoot me your email address, JMatt, and I will get that on to Braden over at Legend Keeper. They will get you in, and you'll be able to log in with your email address and go and make worlds and invite your friends to help or not, whatever you like. And by all means, check out Legend Keeper. Invite 50 of your friends. They can then invite 50 of their friends. It's a whole big, huge thing. So congrats, man. All right. So I preemptively went ahead and gave us this here gas station, assuming everything goes well. We haven't quite gotten to this point yet, so this is maybe a little early in our operation.
We can just skip to it.
Yeah, we could, but we're not gonna. All right, so y'all drive. Are you all riding with Casey? Or is anybody in a separate vehicle?
I'm riding with Vin.
I would too in the bug.
I wonder if we shouldn't have a separate vehicle. Like, maybe some of us just go to hang out at Roy's.
Who's just chilling, having some empanachis or whatever.
Empanachis.
That Oz and Vi should.
Oh my god. Empanachos. Empanachos are a thing
but
there.
both half of that is from the Mexican side of the food, right? There's
All right.
no fusion.
Colachos.
Colachos.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, at the Chexican place, you're having colachos. You've headed out there early. A handful of you. It sounds like
Oz and Vi, I think, because we can monitor things, and technically Vi's not good at any of this shit, so it's probably safer for her to be fair.
Okay.
And Oz probably needs to be inside because he can be there to try to get in and hack the cameras from inside the place.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you working on that while they are setting up the accident.
Okay.
Awesome.
So let's go ahead and get the camera set up first, and then we'll handle the accident, and then we'll do follow up.
Okay.
So yes, chat colachadillas. I love it. I'm so hungry now. I actually went downstairs and made food and then ate it because I was thinking about Chexican. So, Oz, this is a country gas station. It's a truck stop. I described a little bit earlier. It's got kind of 3 separate businesses here. There's absolutely a back room area. How do you want to go about busting into the security camera feeds?
I'm wondering if in my mind, it's going to be in the back room area, right? Where I need to be. I need to be close to that, right?
Yeah. It's going to be, behind the food service areas, behind the cash register area. There's going to be some sort of back hallway that collects everything and then also moves the cash back into those 3 separate businesses for various accounting purposes.
I think this works out perfectly. Because as soon as Oz and Vi get there, Oz orders the entire menu. He wants all of these things. They all look awesome. The whole table's flooded with things.
Yes.
And then, about halfway through the meal, when about things are going to start, Oz has to go to the back bathroom. And he could just sit back there and maybe hack in if that's close enough. Maybe just...
I love it. I love it. So Oz makes his excuse. You head into the stall, like the furthest end stall. This is the time of the Red, so stalls aren't necessarily super well kept up. But hey, earlier in this mission, you got some bleach from Vinton's room, and you do a quick cleansing of the room. And you're now in a stall. Let's do a scanner. Let's see if you can find an access node to the gas station's local network.
Okay, let's see.
Chad, for those of you who don't know, the name Roy originates from Mexican dialect.
I was trying to find this dessert that they made all the time in Paragon.
You got a crit?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay. Yes.
I mean, I would have rather had that at another point in time, I'm sure.
But let's say that matters. Normally, this bathroom would not be close enough to the network, but you remember. Oh yeah, pipes travel. Let's hook up our antenna up to that and see if we get a little extra meterage out of it. And you do so, and these pipes run along the wet wall, and you get yourself up and over, and you get yourself the access you need. So you found the network that is kind of keeping this gas station going.
Okay.
And you jack in.
Yep.
Awesome. So you go in. You're on the first floor of this network, and what do you do?
Well, there's no reason to rush this. I got plenty of time. So I'm certainly going to upload my buffs and get my let me see here. What am I looking for?
You're getting your flak up. You're getting your Gonzalez rolling.
Yep, I got the Gonzalez. I got a shield up, my flak. I'm ready in case. I'm not expecting that Roy's Cafe has some high tech stuff.
Black ice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got one tier.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to do this stupid and
sure
double action. So he's gonna Speedy Gonzalez. He's gonna treat this all the way.
So give me you get all those loaded. What would you like to do as your first net action other than get everything going?
I think the first action is I want a Pathfinder.
Yeah.
To reveal everything.
Yeah, give me a Pathfinder. Okay. This, Roy's gas station is an unassuming enough place, but their network is 6 layers deep.
Okay.
And it's 6 layers deep. With that kind of Pathfinder roll, you get to the bottom of it. You know how deep this network is. And that is alarmingly deep for a gas station.
I send a message on comms to everyone that there is more tech at this gas station than there was at the prison.
Right.
FYI.
That just in the net protection, right?
So far. But I'm going to have to go take a quick look and see. So this is going to take a minute.
What's especially alarming about that is that this gas station didn't exist an hour ago. in the game world.
Oh, I'm just, this has to be like the home base of like the blah 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 family. David's just like, yes, come into my Mexican facility.
This is Schrodinger's gas station.
The long line of Yakupcheks that run this facility they take their net security seriously, okay?
They're connected. So now I am definitely going to take things so let's see. I'm gonna make sure that if I can, I'm gonna cloak after I leave, because I think that's something you do after.
Correct. Cloak is like hiding something, like a virus that you leave behind. Slide is concealing yourself away from like black ice.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna definitely I'm just gonna make my way to the next floor.
Okay. Yeah, you go down deeper into the network. You are in a control node.
Mm-hmm.
You take a quick second to look at the control node. Looks like this is controlling the pumps outside. It's controlling some of the locks in this building. It is, yeah, that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
if you wanted to take control of any of those things, you could try and overcome the security for this thing, or you can just go on to the next level.
Okay, so say again, what is it that's on this
it's a control node. It's a controller. The controller manages the pumps outside and some of the doors in here.
Yeah, we'll bypass that for now. We'll just try to skate under the radar. But I'm definitely looking for anything that looks, out of the ordinary hinky, because it's 6 layers deep. There's a reason for that.
Right. Yeah. So you get down to the next level, and there's a password on this level that you're going to need to overcome in order to see further what's going on in here.
Right. And so that's a backdoor.
Correct, yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's...
Your net run versus this guy's net run.
So
in stream, the way I do it, just so you all know, while he's getting his role set up, I, as the net admin, I kind of know the interface skill of the person who set up this network, and I roll to see how tough this challenge is going to be for Oz. So your 13 definitely beats this guy's password. It was like laughably bad.
Okay.
Like God69 was the password or something like that. And you're like, oh, okay, good. I got you right away, buddy. You are into the next level. This is a file room full of all kinds of documents, all kinds of things. You can do a quick ID to see if you find anything interesting.
Yes, I will definitely do that.
Cool.
14.
Okay, cool. On a 14, you find 2 sets of accounting books. This place, looking at the first set, is like how much the place is actually doing. Looking at the second set, this place is obviously a money laundering facility. Like, obviously money laundering for someone who needs a lot of money laundered.
Can I save both copies of those books?
Totally, yeah, you got them.
Yeah. I send another brief message to everyone. By the way, this place appears to be a money laundering facility. Still going through.
But their nachos are damn good. Could you find out?
Don't eat all of my nachos.
Find out who, potentially. Who are they doing the laundering for?
And can we
cut them in, get some help?
Can we just get free nachos? Okay. Continue to make my way through.
Cool. Yeah, you go down to the next layer, and as you enter into this layer, the kind of walls of code begin to coalesce and form into this like elk looking thing, but instead of antlers, it has like chainsaws coming off of it, and it like and starts charging towards you. So we need to roll initiative as this elkin black ice comes at you.
So is that normal initiative?
Oh, yeah, it is. I think on the net it is interface plus a D10.
Okay. So then I'll just roll a D10 and we'll add interface to that, if that's okay.
Beautiful, love it. Simple enough.
So my interface is 5, right? So 14.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you beat this thing's initiative. So, what do you want to do?
Well,
as its head full of chainsaws comes at you, trying to destroy you.
Okay, so do I recognize this thing?
Yeah, it's clearly black ice. It has been made to appear different than the past like guard dogs you've run into, but it's obviously here to murder you, and keep you from seeing the deeper secrets that Roy's gas station holds.
I see. Yes, those terribly deep secrets. So let's see. Since I've got my defenders up, my shield, my armor, my flak, I'm gonna go with the attack.
Sweet.
And I got Speedy Gonzalez up, which gives me a +2 to my speed.
Yep.
And I think. So let me see here.
So if you want to hit this thing, it's going to be your banhammer that you're going to hit it with.
Yeah, just the banhammer.
And while Oz is doing this, Vinton, your rook, is just now getting his truck onto the bridge, and he hooks a hard right to begin his effort of doing a U-turn on the bridge.
Silas is just like, "You're good. You're good."
No, y'all are in a truck. You're like driving, right? Or are you gonna guide this guy?
I thought we were just waiting on this dude to get his truck wedged in before we left.
Yeah, no, I'll sit just at the other side of the bridge and then take off.
Okay, cool. So y'all are there kind of watching this guy screwed up. Yeah, almost immediately he gets like the front of his truck like crashes into the guardrail of the bridge, and like you see as concrete and stuff goes flying off the edge of the bridge, but like the structure of it is still fine. He's like, he kind of looks over at y'all and gives it like a little, "Hey, it's all good," as he puts it into reverse and begins to try.
Give it a little bit of gas. Come on.
No, he doesn't want to go over the bridge front ways.
No, you put it in reverse and give it some gas, and that way the trailer goes through the guardrail.
Yeah.
I played enough Truck Simulator. I know how this goes.
Yes, you're at the same level I'm in.
Yeah.
You're master level.
All right, so y'all are watching this guy screwing this situation up. Go ahead, Oz. What do you want?
Okay, so I'm gonna roll my beam hammer.
Yeah.
See if this works out the way. So I got an 11.
Okay. Versus this guy's defense. Oh, banhammer misses on this guy. You swing that huge hammer up over your head, and the elk like dodges out of the way. The chainsaw is licking past your skin. I think you still have another action.
I think I have 2 more actions because of the speed.
Awesome.
I'm trying to find that right now.
Okay.
Right. So interface is, so I get 3 actions.
Okay.
In the just on normal, and then I'm not quite sure what speed does.
Speed gave you better initiative. That I already counted that in.
Yeah. So all it does is it gives me. I got 3 actions because of the level of my thing.
Interface.
So I'm gonna program attack again with a 14.
Sweet. So you swing that banhammer over again, and crit, or not crit, but you hit. Make good contact. Let's roll your damage on this sucker.
Okay, so a banhammer does
3d6 to black ice.
To a non-black ice, or 2d6.
So what? It should do 3d6 to black ice, right?
Oh, you know what? Sword does 3d6 to a black ice and 2d6 to a non. So I would have been using sword.
Okay, so you're using sword.
Yeah, so I'll just switch that around. So we'll do sword. It's the same to hit. So 3d6, 8.
Awesome. Yeah, you slice into this beastie. It loses like part of a chainsaw, and I think you have one more attack this round.
Yep. So I will attack again with a 9.
Oh, versus this guy misses. As it leaps over you to try and get behind you this time, sprinkling data on you as it leaps, and then it whirls around and does its attack on you. It's
Okay.
It hits you with a 10, or actually no, with a 9. You roll defense, which is just your interface to avoid getting hit. This is like melee combat where it's an active attack, active defense. So roll a d10 plus your interface to avoid getting chainsawed by this elk.
Okay, so I think that is just
I think you could just roll program attack, honestly, because it's the same bonuses and everything.
yeah, I'll just switch off because I won't use the bonus from my weapon.
There you go.
So 12.
Okay, yeah, you dodge out of this thing's way as y'all continue to combat. Let's get back out to the truck real quick. Your rook has it in reverse now, and he's going to try and take up the rest of the bridge. There's a couple of cars trying to whiz by before it completely closes the gap because a couple of people see what's about to happen, and they don't want to get stuck here. He does a great job, and he hangs that the rest of the trailer kind of up over the edge a little bit, and like a car or two ran into it as they tried to make their way by. And people are honking and getting all pissed off. And there's like I'm gonna say there's 3 cars currently involved in this problem. There's one that's smooshed by the truck, and then there are 2 that were able to stop before the truck happened, and there's a ways before the next car is going to get involved in this situation. Like they're probably looking at the exit now, kind of thing.
All right, I'll radio. Good job, Rook. You look like a professional Swift driver right there. Go ahead and get out of here. Good job. Figure this out a little bit later.
All right. Yeah, you see him pop the driver's side door and take the keys and leave. And as you're driving away, you see one of the guys in one of the cars get out.
Shit.
It's time of the red. People don't just like wait around for the cops to show up and make it all right. But y'all leave. Y'all go. Right?
There's a dude actively there about to try to unfuck the situation. No, I don't think we're just gonna leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way to have the truck not be there, right?
There.
So yeah, you see this guy get out. He's in a leather jacket, and he's kind of looking back at the car, giving them and he starts kind of like meandering towards the truck. Zippy zap him. Chat, stop it.
So what do you want to do here, Silas?
Just tell him we already called somebody.
Got it. I turn on my tail lights, my oversized lights, whatever I would probably have, and shout out. Hey man, give me 30 minutes. I'll be there in 30 minutes, and I'll shout it out the window at the other guy.
Yeah, give me a persuade on that. They really want y'all to tase this dude. The chat.
It's like plan C.
Okay. Versus this guy's human persuade. Okay. He looks over at you. He's like, I give you 10 minutes. Get over here. And he heads back toward his truck. Exit's right there.
Yeah, but I'm willing to take a hit on it. Like, by statute of California law, I have to take a 30-minute break, blah, 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 DOT bullshit, la, 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 la. So it's like, I gotta take my break type kind of shit. So, like, just give me 30 minutes and I'll be there, because I'm almost out of time.
All right. Give me a
I
human.
wanted to
Give me a,
I was like, I wanted to give you perception.
Go ahead.
13.
Yeah, no, this guy's gonna wait until you're gone.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's like, cool, yeah, I'll wait. I'm in no rush. I wasn't like going anywhere when this all started.
All right. This is a bad. He ain't. I'll look over at Silas as we hit that exit.
Casey, I can't hear you, man. You broke up.
I would tell Silas, like, hey man, he ain't gonna wait. As soon as I get on that exit, he's gonna.
How's he going to move it? The kid took the keys. He's gonna push the truck over by himself?
If he can figure out how to hotwire it, trucks don't work the same way as cars. He can get it to without the. We purposely didn't get one of the best trucks, so it's not that hard.
So I was just gonna walk over to where the cab is.
Oh yeah, okay. So you get out of the truck and start heading over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over where the cab is. I'm gonna lean back against it and take out my pipe and light up.
All right, cool. So yeah, this guy's gonna stay by his car for as long as you're there. No worries. All right, back in our net fight. Oz, you are fighting it out with this chainsaw festooned elk.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack again.
Yeah.
14.
Oh, versus it's you hit.
For 16.
Oh, that's a good amount of damage. Okay. I think you still have 2 more hits. It's severely weakened at this point.
All right, so we'll try again.
You can see like data bits spewing out of it. Oh, a 12. You hit it again. Damn it. All right.
14.
All right. Yeah. Oh. Actually, I should have done. You got 2 6s on that. We should have done a crit. Frankly, I don't know if there's a crit table for data stuff, so maybe there isn't. But either way, you slice this thing up. It comes, it falls apart into a bunch of different pieces, and you watch as its code base fades into the ground, and the way forward is unlocked.
Sweet.
At this Mexican restaurant.
I check everything. I'm IDing everything on this level. I mean, they had ice here.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Good ID. Success. Crit with an extra 1 on that, so 16 total. So what you discover in here is that Roy's cafe or gas station here is a front for Shiv Rav. And this is one of the places where they exchange, like, they kind of turn their war goods, their like looted gains and all that kind of stuff into legitimate currency that they can then use throughout the rest of California. They've got Smud Bucks here for whenever they're in Smud territory. They've got Northern California Republic and Southern California Script here. This is one of the places where they clean their cash.
Okay. Are cameras on this level?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I can access the cameras from here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. One more level down, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now that you're past the black ice, you can get to the files and to the cameras.
I grab everything I can grab.
Sure.
And
yeah.
I sent a message letting everybody know exactly who is running this joint.
Yep. And now that you know that, Katrina, you look over at the manager. Manager looks pretty rough. Like, this person has seen a lot of sun. And probably has, like, some scarification on the neck, that they kind of hide with that like shitty gas station collared shirt, like they're trying to hide it, but now that you know, it's like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Does it look like that dude would have skin weave then?
Great question. Give me a perception check. And I'm going to give you a +2 because you've got cybernetic knowledge. You know what you're looking for. Whoa. Yes.
30.
Yeah. This person absolutely has skin weave. It's the lower grade stuff. It's like the low protection stuff. It's easy to hide. But right there along the jawline where he's trying to grow a beard to hide it, you can see a minor seam in his skin weave. Just very imperceptible. But you, knowing exactly what you're looking for as a Ripper Doc, you can't hide that.
Oz is on point. Looks like now that I'm looking, Shiv Rav working inside. Everybody job should say the same.
Yeah, we're
Don't
not.
fuck with these guys or we cut them in. I don't like Shiv Rav, but I mean, shit, they know what they're doing.
Any way you can count?
You're breaking up,
Just
Casey.
is there any way that you can drain the bank account, Oz, or is it just all paper?
No, we ain't fucking with these guys. We either cut them into this job to where they can be an asset, and then we don't fuck with them again, or we just don't fuck with them at all.
I
I
choose the
second that
second
plan.
option.
That's a lot more people we can take on. I ain't got that many bullets.
We just want to cut him in.
How much is it going to cost us to cut them in?
Or
Look,
ignore them.
guys, Shivrad don't do. Let me just tell y'all, Shivrad don't do things quiet. You know this, Silas. We telling them
one of y'all could roll a bribery to kind of get a guesstimate of like, this is a same day deal. It's a bluebird opportunity, just free money for them to just kind of look the other way.
And all he has to do is just not do anything.
I got one in bribery. Anybody else got any?
I got
Doesn't sound like something I have.
Yeah, whoever has bribery, y'all can like roll, and we'll do like just a group discussion while y'all figure out like, I think we can get away with this much.
Well, I ain't going to it.
Vinton with the great ideas again, with the crit failure at this opportune moment. So the two of you discuss it for a little bit, with the Doc having a 13 and Vinton with a 2 after that subtraction. Y'all kind of come to it's good enough with that 13 to kind of understand that Vinton was probably going down a certain route of, look, we really can't trust these guys to keep it quiet. That's kind of where you were going with your conversation anyways, Vinton, right?
Yeah.
Katrina, Dr. Violet, you kind of think about it as like, you know what? No, they have a lot to lose here. This is a smooth running operation. They really don't want any attention on this gas station.
Mm-hmm.
So they would take hush money. And that hush money is probably going to be a couple hundred.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because they don't have to do anything. We're just paying them not to do anything.
Yeah.
Right. And you're leaning on the idea that this place is important to them. They need to keep it quiet. You also know in talking with them, you kind of can't let them know that you know that they're there. Right?
Yeah, but this guy looks kind of hardcore, so I'm gonna play off of not so much that they're Shiv Rav, but more so I'd like to like call the manager over, like the dude over, like talk to him, like glad hand him about the food and shit.
Sure. He's like, oh yeah, that's my good buddy's Mexican recipes. You know, like he had a vision, a dream, and he starts to like tell you the story of their Mexican restaurant.
I eat it up. I'm gonna just eat it up for
Sweet.
Get him to sit down and tell me about the food. Get him so we're comfortable, and then just kind of be like, "Hey, we got some a thing going on.
Yeah, give me a quick conversation. I'd love to see where this guy is at when you lay this on. Oh, yeah. You all have been talking about, like, his buddy's family and how, like, you know, his wife's Hispanic and he's Czech and, like, how all this stuff and how amazing it is. And so, yeah.
Is partially Hispanic, so, like, I'm sure that...
Perfect. So, yeah, y'all get into it deep, and then you pivot. And the pivot is smooth. So what is it that you want to offer this guy?
I'm going to offer him 200.
Okay.
To just kind of keep things quiet, keep on the DL. Some guys are probably going to stop in here for some food. Maybe keep them busy while some shit happens outside. Nothing. Just going to hit a truck.
Okay. Anybody going to get hurt?
Not if everything goes all right. You keep them in here with this damn good food, we should be fine.
Well, hell. Put that on the table right now. You got yourself a deal.
I will.
You all right, sister?
Perception we good or?
Yeah. Smooth as silk. You give me a little nod when they come in. I'll make sure that they're nice and distracted.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good food. Damn good food.
Hey, you know what? When the iron's hot, you gotta strike. Am I right?
Hell yeah.
This is like the nicest Shivrab that exists. Like,
Yeah.
He's
Like,
getting
I feel bad.
he's getting
Like, I feel
$200.
terrible.
Like he's getting $200, and all he has to do is tell everybody else, "Be cool. There's 10 in it for you." All right.
Yeah.
That's all he's got to do. So yeah, he's nice right now. He's getting rich.
well, it's like Shivrab. Those are the ones that are like, you know, wearing people's faces and doing like war and shit.
Sure,
And
but
this dude's like, he's got the office job.
but
He's chill.
Right. He's about as business as Shivrav can get. Is like gas station manager guy. That's as corporate as they could possibly get. Is this guy?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do I need to roll a human perception to make sure he's good?
Yeah, I mean, by all means, roll it. But I'm just gonna let you know that this guy he's in as long as it stays without anybody else getting hurt. That was the one thing he asked, and you said nobody should get hurt. Then he's gonna be going along with this, and he's gonna try and keep them busy for you while they're in here.
Okay. I put 14 before I roll, so
Sweet, yeah.
do I need to roll?
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, money talks, and you nailed the price without giving away the fact that you know he's Shivrav, and this whole thing is a front.
Yeah. Could I get his name?
Oh, his name? Yeah, let's give him... I mean, I kind of want to make it Roy. Can it be
Okay.
Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's Roy.
Apparently,
You've
the
been-
chat's got a whole backstory right now. If you go look at it, there's a whole backstory and how he got to.
I love this.
It's amazing.
Roy Richter. All right, I'm into this, Jagos. That's solid naming. All right, Roy Richter here is the general manager at Roy's gas station. He gave his buddy and his wife a shot at making a Mexican restaurant here on the highway, and they're going off like gangbusters. Oh, by the way, they're a money laundering front for Shivrap and BD.
Like, weird people. Yeah.
Everybody's got to make money somehow.
Everybody's got a life, right? So,
Roy's just like, you know, live and let live, man. Those folks like to wear faces, man. I like to run a gas station, you know. It's just, there's no reason to get involved in other people's business.
You know, he's gonna go long in the tooth, and his face wearing days are over. You know, he's moved on.
It's like, kids like to have fun.
kids like to have fun. Fuck. All right, so you
Oh,
outside, y'all are doing your thing. Silas, you're protecting the truck.
Yeah, I'm the union rep or whatever.
The union rep for the truck.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, look, man, this is money. I can't let you take this truck.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody tries to take it, I'm just gonna be like, this is...
Yeah, and the guy that was there, I mean, he looks like he's confident, but he's not like an edge runner, right? So like after a little bit, he kind of figures, all right, I'm just gonna get back in his car, and he starts to back up and head over towards the exit. And the other car has already beat street, taken off, kind of thing. And Vincent, you roll up the street and radio, hey, there's a stop truck off kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll start radioing down. Do I see the armor truck coming? Have we timed it that well?
Yeah, if you go enough, you're gonna see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and y'all put a lot of effort into this. So I'm gonna say that, the truck was relatively close. They're not gonna take an earlier exit, kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's a bit of a backup on this exit, but that's just because people. I mean, the off-highway roads are really shitty, and so some of these cars were really not designed for this, and they have to like go around giant potholes. But they navigate that, and you see that armored car making its way down the exit.
Cool. Because I would have been like, I would have told I was like, hey, portable ATM, looks like you got an accident. You might want to find a way to get off. I'm trying to get there now. As I pass them.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Give me a, I don't know. Give me a persuade. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of like. Yeah.
Conversation. I would like to ask for conversation because
Sure.
I'm just on the CB.
Yeah.
I'm not trying.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I got 16.
Cool. Yeah, solid roll. Yeah, and so they send back, good idea there. Tow truck.
Yeah, tow truck.
as they kind of like spy out.
They would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's just chatter, right? A couple other people are complaining. You hear one of the like automated trucks, one of the AI driven trucks go acknowledged. As you're like driving. And then like a little while later, another one goes acknowledged. And you see them like these big, tall, extra tall, like all black, AI driven trucks just kind of like screaming on by, and then like they do short stops and exit and navigate their way around all the problems.
Okay.
You loop back around, right?
Yeah, I'll go like next exit down the loop back.
Okay.
And instead of trying, because I would have saw all the traffic, and I would go ahead and let everybody know like they're getting off. I'm on my way.
Yep. So they're gonna beat you there. But let's get our armored truck into position. Just gonna bloop bloop, put a big square down. It rolls up and parks at the gas station. Silas, from where you were standing at the semi, you could see it taking its exit. Vincent, you have to drive past and come back a little bit. Oz and Vi, you're there. Ta, where have you been? I have not yet placed you. Where is Ta?
How far away would I'd probably be in the truck.
Okay.
Maybe with them.
Okay, cool. So yeah, y'all are catching up to this scene. Silas, when you see the armored truck kind of going down the exit, what is Silas going to do?
How close is this gas station to the exit? Is it one of those where it's like
you could hoof
see
it? Yeah, you could hoof it.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hop off, be like, I don't give a fuck what happens to the truck at this point.
Okay.
It'd be nice to keep it, but like if somebody decides they want to take the initiative and move it, whatever.
Yeah, job's
It
done
served its
now.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you start to walk away and you kind of catch under the bridge is the nomad that dropped it off. He's just kind of hanging out under the bridge, just waiting for the call to go and get the truck.
Think you can unfuck what you did up there? Because
yeah,
plus work.
yeah, man, I got it.
All right,
Goes upstairs to unfuck his situation.
sure.
Did
I'm
we
sure
ever-
that'll go great.
Did we ever find out what like the tagline of this company was? Like, we do things better, faster, some shit like that.
Paragon Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, theirs is probably going to be like, always right. Like they always make it right. They're always right. They're always right on time. Like they probably have a lot of like always right, ... whatever the thing is.
Mhm.
On time. Dosage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, this truck pulls up, and 2 guards get out of the driver's seat, the driver's cab, and you see them kind of chatting for a second, and they give like a bong bong on the cage, on the armored section, and start to head inside.
2 going in, 2 staying in.
4.
Silas, you start walking up. You're coming across this. I'm gonna put Ta and Vinton off the place a little bit. Silas, you come walking in from the side here, passing this big scissor lift over by the motel cafe situation, and you're just kind of walking across this dirt thing. And there's actually a couple of cars coming in here now, because hey, this is gonna take a while. Let's get it all going. And other people are driving on by, but you've got, a couple of people stopping for gas and all that stuff here.
Yeah, I think Silas is just gonna kind of walk over to where, like, probably where people would be going in. He's gonna kind of stand outside and pull out his agent and kind of act like he's talking to somebody for a minute.
Sure.
And then just kind of put that away and just kind of do the cowboy thing. Just lean, find a good spot to lean.
Are you
hat
on
down,
the
pipe out?
Are you on the diner, or are you out in the parking lot?
He'd be not too far from the truck, from the armored truck. Like he'd be kind of in the middle of the gas station, because he doesn't intend to go inside. He's just waiting on somebody, right?
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm
Is the
spotting
thing.
some gas pumps over here. So I'm going to make you a little bit smaller and put you
Alright.
back over by these gas pumps.
Yeah.
That'd be a fine spot for Silas to hang out if that works for you.
Yeah, because I want to just kind of look like he's just waiting on somebody. He's not really here to.
Sure.
Don't want to feel that obligation to buy something if he goes in.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Violet, Oz, are you still in the bathroom? Have you set
well,
up camp in here?
No, my thought is if I can set something up so that it blacks out camera data for like the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was
So
thinking
let's.
we wanted the cameras.
We want the cameras?
Nope, never mind. Don't worry about me. Nothing. It's not my.
I mean, we might, we could publish the video of these guys
That was
just
what I was
enjoying some
thinking.
food while their truck drives away in the background.
Oh,
That was kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
But you're also kind of wanted, and would be seeing yourselves probably.
This is gas station footage. If they could pull out an image,
We don't
I would-
have to. We don't have to submit it either. Like,
Well, and my thought is that if we use that footage, then Shivrav knows we broke into their stuff.
good point. Let's not do that. I agree.
I don't see the Shivrav really helping the cops.
No.
So they're not going to give that footage out. Do we want to just walk away from this section?
Yeah. Let's not fuck with Shivrav. We have no reason to.
I'm thinking I'm just going to remove every trace that I ever been here. Go away.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then
So-
you cloak out. I won't even make you roll. You disconnect. Everything's as you left it.
Yeah. So I've got Kanachis or whatever waiting for me. If I hasn't eaten all of them yet.
She has.
You show back up. There's a hot plate of canachos waiting for you that the manager sent over.
Oh yeah.
I will have my agent and camera ready though.
Sweet.
Mhm.
So you've got your stuff up, like, oh, I'm just checking the socials, and then like I'm actually filming these 2 guys walk in, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll I actually have points in photography and film. So I should know how to block a scene fairly decently to not catch our faces in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Definitely Instagramming your food too at the same time.
There's no Instagram in Cyberpunk Red, okay? None of
Our
that.
GM is
more
putting his
dystopian
foot
than
down.
social media, David. What's more dystopian than social media that exists right now? There is something like it.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. You make a good point. We'll figure it out off camera what it is. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you're sitting there serendipitously, stealthily filming these guys. And you kind of give the nod to the manager that these are the marks, right? Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're wearing just so you have it, they're wearing like gray overalls, and their emblem is like angel wings kind of thing with like a helmet. Almost like a Norse helmet kind of thing, but it's just some sort of medieval looking helmet thing. And you watch these guys, they order a bunch of food, and they are told to, hey, just go sit down and we'll bring you food to you, kind of thing. Around now, Vinton and Ta, y'all pull in.
Where's at? Like, is at
Vinton, you broke up a little bit. Sorry. The truck is pulled up to this. It's this black box that I just tossed in the middle here. They've pulled up to the restaurant portion of the gas station, and they're just parked there. There's a car next to them and 2 empty spaces beside them. Kind of off camera here would be the semi pumps where you can pull in those bays, and then of course like truck parking. In maybe around back kind of thing.
I would want to position my tail end of the truck just past the back end, like wherever the tow rig is. I want to position it just past that, and then I'm gonna hop out and make it look like I gotta use the restroom. I'm taking off.
Okay, so when you say you're gonna put it on the back end, do you mean like behind the gas station?
No, I want to put it behind the truck. My fault.
Okay. So you're gonna
like, I want to position it to where Tall's not far away, and whenever we do this thing, I can make a quick maneuver, latch, and go.
Okay.
So I want to, but I'm framing it as I'm coming in semi-hot. I got to use the restroom quick. I'm taking off.
Gotcha. So yeah, you're gonna
that
end
way
up,
I have an explanation.
and you're gonna end up with the truck kind of in the middle of the causeway where everybody would be driving around, right? So you're gonna kind of like stop. It feels like you're stopping kind of close to the truck, but not so close that it's obvious what you're about to do.
Yeah.
And there's tons of parking lot here for you to do this. So let's do like a. I'm trying to think of. Well, you do this, right? You get the truck in a position. It's kind of in the middle of where other people would be, so they have to like drive around your truck now, is what it feels like to me. Does that seem right to you?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm just making sure I got it right. That's kind of an awkward spot, but you're okay with it being in an awkward spot.
Just because I'm making it look like, I gotta use the restroom.
Sure.
Like I'm taking off.
Sure. All right, cool. So yeah, you jump out.
Enough to get the 2 dudes in the back to get out of the truck and be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Right. That's kind of. It seems like it was far enough away that they weren't like, "Hey, what are you doing backing up to our truck?"
Yeah, it's as good, as close or as far as it needs to be at this point for it not to be like, oh. And
Sure.
I'm
Just saying, either way, those guys need to leave that truck. It's going to be a lot easier for them to leave that truck than for us to force our way into that truck. But it's also
because isn't the plan like I start drilling and putting in the gas, right? That's our plan. But they're probably going to respond in some way. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
we had hypo,
right?
so as soon as they walk out, we just.
So wait, so that means I'm on the. Does that mean I knock on the door and hypo them, or I'm drilling to get them out and then hypo them?
I say if we can knock on the door and hypo them.
Okay, well I'll try my best. All right, let's do that.
Oh, I thought we were gassing them. Then let me rephrase.
Yeah, I thought we were gassing.
I would be putting my truck in a position that would probably both of them
That's
out.
why I asked.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
was under the
gonna
assumption
you're gonna
we
put
had-
yourself
we
kind
had
of
made
close.
something that's hand to hand, right?
Uh,
Is what we had made to knock people out. Is like a
Okay,
Yeah.
I misunderstood. All right, yeah, well then yeah, no, I would definitely put it in a position that would get their attention.
Okay. So yeah, I would say that you like turn the truck around and you kind of back up to them as like I'm just gonna stop my truck right here and
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, y'all, you back up the truck. Do you get out of your truck or do you stay in it? What's kind of the next thing that Vincent would do?
I'm still gonna do the whole I gotta use the restroom, and if I get stopped, like I want to be kind of a distraction.
Yeah, cool.
So like I want to be a distraction.
All right,
for the
yeah.
other
So
guys.
you start to head in, and on the back door of this armored car, there's like a little like slider thing that opens, and you hear this guy's like, "Hey, fucking idiot! What are you doing?"
The fuck? Who are you? Fuck you, run a cop. I gotta use the restroom.
No, move your truck. Move your truck, you dumbass. You can't park there, man.
So
Motherfucker.
says who?
Can you believe this guy? You believe this guy? Don't make me come out of here, man. If I come out of here, it's gonna be bad for you.
I love to see you try. I love to see you try.
Yeah,
Come
give.
on down,
Casey
buddy.
talking right now.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you.
It's like, look, man, I got a whole lot of whoop ass in here. I don't want to make a scene, but you cannot park your truck here. Move your truck.
One, you don't look like you smud, highway patrol, or anything, so you don't even have the authority to talk to me. Two, you know how many times I whooped up on people who thought they had a whole lot of whoop ass? Bring it on, buddy. Now I gotta go use the restroom, so go fuck yourself. Have a good day.
All right. So what does Vinton do immediately after saying that? Do you start to move inside?
And start going that. Let's start
All right.
moving that way.
All right, cool. Yeah, you hear them muttering something to themselves, and as you make it past the truck and you get towards the gas station, you hear the back door open.
And I just smile.
Okay.
Like,
Who all? Silas, you have
go.
a perfect view of them opening the back door. Vinton, I'm gonna put you on the building over here.
All right.
Say again.
Taw's right there, right?
Todd,
Yeah,
where
I
are
was-
you?
I was gonna say, I was gonna be kind of see if I could roll a stealth to see, like, I'd be in a place where as soon as they come out, I'd be able to just kind of sneak and go, you know.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth to see how close you feel comfortable getting to
Okay.
them.
Okay.
And because you also have to be kind of inconspicuous to the other people around this gas station, because the
Yeah.
gas station itself is not going to mess with y'all, but stealth of 18, solid. So I'm going to say, Vinton, your truck is kind of tall. Like, Taw could be under that, right?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I
Okay.
can also contortion if need be.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can totally do the, like, crazy stuff. That's good. So, yeah, you're down there kind of, what's up, and you're underneath those axles that are, holding everything together. You're, like, kind of crouched right between them, and you see one set of boots step on the ground, and you hear him say, just stay right here, man. I'm going to go move this fucking truck. Fucking asshole. And you see him start to walk, like around
Did I
to.
hear that?
No, it was real quiet. Ta hears it. You see him on. He's got little combat boots, right? And you see him starting to walk around the truck towards the driver's side.
So I would whisper calm him and say, hey, he's coming back to the truck.
How do I pull this off, making it not?
So I feel like we kind of need to do a turn order, because I get the sense that a lot of you are going to have ideas and want to put input. Vi and Oz, you're both inside, kind of keeping tabs on these two. So I think that right now, unless you change your position, if you want to spend this moment changing your position, you're out of acting on this, but you can definitely voice into thoughts.
Oh yeah, Silas is eating food and playing footsie. He's fine.
Sure.
and-
As long as I can film what's going on outside as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, easy enough. You're in the corner booth, you got the window outside, you can see what's going on. It's taken forever for this food to get made.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Just forever. Yeah. And you see they serve other people first. And the guy like makes the thing. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We made it wrong. We're making it again." Kind of thing. All right.
Mexican cuisine must be perfect. It cannot be served at any less than 100%.
Yeah, you cannot ruin the batter has to be just right.
And then we dropped it, and we had to make it again.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I mean they're helping you out here. And then let's see here. Silas. I'm gonna say Silas, Vinton, and Ta. Which of you three want to go first?
Do I see this guy's ankles? Can I like grab him, or like do I have to like roll out?
Yeah, I mean you could totally.
What does a hypo to the ankle do?
I mean, if I still get it like in his calf, I can still get in his bloodstream fast enough.
Yeah, it's his like, right. It's I mean he's wearing combat boots, so those go up past the ankle, but definitely his like his calf and thigh all have to be in range. And I would imagine that Ta could like get that. Like the timing would have to be just right because it's as the guy's walking by. But I would imagine that if there's anybody in this crew that could deliver this, it's Ta.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do then.
Okay.
What would I roll for that? That's a very...
Oh, that would be a melee.
Specific.
Yeah, that's a melee.
Wow. Do you know what? I'm going to use my 2 luck on this.
Or your, or... I think it would be... I mean, melee or hand-to-hand, the brawling. I could see brawling being the tool as well. Because you're going to be... Because you got to get this in... Because I mean, he's wearing pants, right? I mean, he's got, like... He's got his, like, uniform on, so you've got to, like, punch it in past his pants. It's got to be a firm hit, you know, and then the depression so that it shoots him full
if it's
of
anything
stuff.
like an EpiPen, it's made for that, to be
it's made to go
applicated in emergency situations very quickly.
Right, but in an EpiPen, the person is like, hit me, do it, right? This guy is walking by, so you got to, like, get him on the shin or on the calf, right at the right moment before he lifts his leg again. Like the timing on this has to be just right. So I feel like this is a brawling thing.
I'm gonna add my to. I'm gonna use all my luck.
Okay.
2, and then brawling. Okay.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Great job.
Boom, baby!
32.
So,
I think it's the highest roll maybe that's ever happened in the game.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that Ta, you get your hand, like you're holding on to one of the outer wheels as a counterbalance, and you start to like lean out, and you're like, I'm gonna get this guy's calf, and just as you're there, you're like, oh shit, no. I'm going for the thigh, for that big, like, return vein going up, right? And so you just land it and dump a ton of tranquilizer, like horse tranquilizer, into this guy's bloodstream on its way back up to his heart. And what would have been like he gets woozy and eventually falls over, it's, what the fuck? As he just collapses right on the ground. Silas, you watch as a guy in Paragon uniform falls over, a little sneaky Ta in the shadows between some wheels, standing nearby, innocently enough.
I think Silas going to kind of get up, kind of walk a little bit, and over comms he's going to be like, I think I should just let him know that his buddy's not feeling well. You think he'd just walk out?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll walk over to the truck and I'll kind of knock.
The door is like kind of it's kind of shut again. It's not like fully pulled closed. Oh, Who's there? What's up?
Oh, hey man, is this fella lying on the ground with you?
Lying on the fucking what? As he swings the
Yeah,
door
I was
open.
yeah, I was just sitting over there and he just keeled over, man.
What the fuck? And you see this guy. He's got an SMG slung, and he pulls it up, not at you. He's just like got his hand on it. He's like trying to lean over and see his buddy on the ground. Fuck. And you see him go for like one of those radio things that's on his shoulder, and
Zap him in the neck.
to press the button as he goes to tell his buds.
He's going. He's going.
So
I got something to knock people out, right? That's
yeah. I thought you had
a taser.
Yeah, I thought you had a taser.
You have a taser.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you move to do the tase. This guy is calmly doing this, so he's not like in a huge rush. So I'm gonna say you beat him on initiative, but he does get a chance to like not let you hit him, right?
Mhm.
Because when a guy lunges at you with a sparky thing, you have an instinctive like I don't want that to happen, right? So he's gonna get to roll his evade.
I can't remember what these solo things do again. I got to put my points in. So
Do your points, baby. So you've got the initiative. You have a one that allows you to not get fumbles, right? And another one that gives you like heightened awareness.
That one actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, we should probably use that.
Zip zap, bro.
I don't remember how much
I can-
all of them cost though. Is the thing that I'm.
I'll
really
shoot you
quick.
a screenshot.
Okay.
It would be a melee weapon, right? So he also could
I just
theoretically do
it was
twice.
a shooty taser, and that's why I gave it to Silas instead of to
Yeah.
Bog.
Oh,
Taser gun.
shoot.
Oh,
okay.
it's a shooting taser. That's fine. But
Does
the guy
the-
still gets to like try and
Yeah.
evade that.
Oh, where'd you send it?
Incoming.
Okay.
It's in our chat.
Yeah. Okay. So it's because I gotta know how many points is it.
Yeah, I think you've got like
4. Okay. So I have 6. I think 5 or 6.
Yep.
I don't remember. Because it's gonna make a difference. I gotta figure it out. Apologies.
it is. No, this is why solos matters because you get
Initially, it
to
was 7.
you get to
Oh, it's
apply
5.
you get to apply these points to all these different special skills that solos get. And right now, it really matters what
So I got
you
a
do.
pretty damn good bonus, so I'm definitely gonna put the 4 in the fumble, and then let's see. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
And this is how does a taser work in this game?
So
Like,
a
what is the
taser
thing that I
does.
need to be good. for
So
them to
so
not-
really, all you need to do is hit, right?
okay.
And then the taser is going to do several d6 of stun damage, right?
Mhm.
And basically, if it gets, it should have enough juice to stun him out, right?
Okay.
So it's going to roll like, I don't know, 7d6 stun damage, and with the
I know
intention
where my
of
point
like
goes now.
bringing the guy down. Okay.
There's one called Spot Weakness that adds a point to the damage before armor
Sweet.
of my first attack in a round.
I
Awesome.
put the text from the stun gun in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Exotic heavy pistol. Interesting. So what skill is that again?
Well, since a heavy pistol, it's your handgun skill.
That's good news.
That's
my
very good
lowest
news for
on-
Silas.
My lowest on this is an 18.
So don't roll
Before I
a
roll.
one.
And I can't fumble.
You can't.
With
Okay.
the 4 points in the anti-fumble. So
Which means
Let's
at a bare
see
minimum,
how-
you're getting a 20.
yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
So I
Nice.
rolled a 2.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a-
Yeah. But either way, because of Silas's skill, you go with this heavy stun gun, right? And you watch as one of the pins, just because of how skilled Silas is, goes right into this dude's neck, and another one like on his body, and then as this guy gets tased. Let's see here. 8 shots. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Is there a damage associated with that, Nighthawk? I thought it was just a bunch
so
of d6.
it'd be a heavy pistol, right?
It's heavy pistol
Would be
damage.
implication.
Oh, okay.
It counts as that. It doesn't say, but my thought is that it would stun at least long enough for Ta to get up there and
Hit him with the hypo.
Yeah, I like, as someone who has seen plenty of people get tased in my time on the internet, like, I feel like heavy auto pistol damage is not sufficient.
Right.
So, Ethan, if you would just toss in like 66 for me, and let's just see if we can clear this guy's meager 25 hit points.
67. Okay, we'll see.
I mean, it's
not my favorite roll for 20 to 25 hit points, but okay.
Oh,
you got a crit.
Yeah.
It would have critted.
Yeah, it would have critted. Stun guns don't crit. But I will say, because you critted, because one of the things I was curious about is, does the guy's hand like reflex? Does he like let off some rounds? Not at anything, but does it go off? I'm going to say, because it critted, his body did the like flex open motion instead of the flex closed. Just which muscles hit first is literally, it's a straight coin flip. So straight coin flip, you got a crit in the damage. I'm going to say that goes to luck on your side, and his hands spring open, his pistol drops, and he like goes stiff into the truck, and the taser in your hand gets a little warm.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like, once he falls, I'll just kind of try to grab him and be like, "Hey man, you all right?" and kind of push him into the armored truck so that like as few people see as possible, and then just kind of
Sure, yeah, you're like, "Hey buddy, you all right?" I'm just gonna pick these legs up and move them in there.
I kind of halfway close the door to where it's
sure,
like still open a little bit, just so like,
yeah,
anybody watching is just like, that dude's just.
Speaking of anybody watching, Ta, there's a man lying on the ground next to you. There are other humans around. On this side of the truck, not so many. You've got the motel on that side of the truck. Yeah. You go to do a quick glance, and there is a, family kicking a soccer ball. They have yet to notice, but they are over there, and they can, if they decide to look and might pay attention, they could see this guy laying there.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly like roll out and like pick him up and kind of like shoulder him, like, "Oh man, are you okay?" Like pretending like he's drunk or something. Like, "Oh man, are you okay?" And then kind of throw him in the truck.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Into the armored truck?
Into the armored truck, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I'll help with that.
Pick this guy up and he's like, "Hey buddy, you okay? You okay? Oh man, we're gonna try and wake you up back in your own truck."
Yeah, and then after we dropped him in, I'd go to the other guy, just bop him in the neck with another tranquilizer just to be sure. And pick up their guns and then walk away.
Yeah. So you're both
stunned, so now he is like sedated, which is very different.
Yeah. Yeah. So you hypo this kid. You've got their guns. They both had SMGs. Big like H&K 10s kind of thing. And they've got you're in their armored truck now. You see all of the boxes. They're all like secured to the walls. Behind those like that metal mesh that you can kind of see through with locks on the cages. And two little booster seats that you can sit in and get kind of strapped in while in transit. And that's it. This back section, not a lot going on here.
Yeah, as soon as they're both in, Silas is over comms like, "All right, let's go."
Get as much of the shipment as you can.
I thought we were taking the truck.
Yeah, just take the truck.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we're just running off with the whole damn truck. They're gonna look real silly.
Wait, are you keeping them in the truck then? This is out of character.
Man, that's a good. I really want to get these guys like pantsed. Compromising
in
like a motel room.
We just gotta get them out of the
We can
city.
do that. Just drop them later. Just drop them in a safer place. Still pants. Don't worry, pants.
Yeah, we'll drive down to like the next exit and then just pop them in the bathroom.
Yeah. So I'll hear that, and then because I would assume that I made it.
Yeah. Wait, what made it to where?
To the restroom, because I would have tried to.
I thought you had stopped when you heard the door open. You told me you'd stopped.
Yeah. So, all right, I hear that, and I start making my way back, and I immediately start the truck. And
when the truck turns on, Vi, you notice that one of the guys at the counter who's like arguing, like, dude, where is our food? His buddy goes, hey, gives him a little pat. What's with that truck? And he looks over, is like, give me a second, buddy, he says to the counter. And they both like start to meander towards the door.
Calm, go. You guys go.
And
Let's go.
the manager's like, hey, I wasn't done with you. Look, man, great food takes time, okay? And he's like looking at you like,
I get up. I'm just gonna get up and to the security guards. I'm like, hey, why are you giving this guy a hard time? Like, I am just in the way, causing a problem.
Cool.
I am full on.
Oz is right there with her. He's like, hey, you can't leave without paying for your food, man. This is the place.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. And he like goes down to the counter and pulls up their order. It's like, your food's ready.
So we'll play, Oz and I will play distraction.
Sure, yeah.
I am, however, still filming if I can.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You got your phone just like there in your hand, kind of low.
Now they're
And
just assholes to this guy. Like, they're not even paying for their food.
oh, you just got it up like, look at these jerks not paying for their food. What's up with Paragon?
Yeah.
Dining and dashing.
That's even worse.
Cool. Yeah, and one of them's like, hey, and like goes to like grab your phone.
Uh-uh.
I push him. Hey, don't touch my girl.
All right, cool. Y'all start a scuffle as the other one's like, what the fuck? And like, it's like, you deal with this. I got to figure out what's up with our truck. And he like starts hustling towards the door. Vinton, this guy's going for your phone. So if you want to go for the other guy, yeah.
I'll handle this dude with my phone.
Okay.
No.
So the two of you are on this one guy trying to take the phone. And then the other guy is like, hey, trying to get out. Vinton, you've got like part of the truck hooked up. When you hear the ga-ding, as this guy like opens the door.
Whoop, gotta go. Like, is it hooked up enough for me to move?
You need like one more strap.
Cool. I am going to put on my best impression of, hey man, you were illegally parked here. I was called. It's a handicap zone. Like, there ain't nothing I can do, man. You're gonna have to take it up with the city of Smud, man. I was called all the way out here. And,
There's not a
like,
blue
I had to
stripe
wait on a,
for miles. This is a handicap zone. I love it.
no,
Hey man, it's 50 here, 150 at the office. It's
Yeah,
50
man.
here, 100. I've seen South Florida towing or something.
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah.
reality shows. 50
Um,
here, 150 at home.
Yeah. He's like, hey, no worries, man. I'll move it. I'll move it right now. And he like goes
nah,
to
man.
get.
I'll be like, nah, man. I've already hooked up to it, man. It's either 1,500 credits now, or you can pay a couple credits back at the shop. But somebody's paying for my time.
We'll see.
So
We'll
I'm
see
already
what.
hooked up, man.
We'll see what the engine says about that as he like goes to get into his car.
I will love for somebody to knock this dude out if they can.
So
I
he's heading to the
I think-
front, right?
Yeah, he's gonna go and get into the driver's seat and try and not let y'all take his truck, just by
I'm
getting
in the
in it
back.
and turning it on and driving.
Still. Like, I'm in the back still, so I can't really get there.
Yeah, I think you're both in the
I
I
back.
wouldn't think. Well, I think Todd kind of like dosed the
Yeah,
guy
I-
and then was not in the truck
Okay.
anymore. So
Yeah, I
Todd's
picked up
actually
the
best
guns and I
bet.
kind of pushed him in. Silas was like actually put him in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like pulling them in to where they're not in sight.
Dose this
Yeah.
last guy. Dose this
Okay.
last guy.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna dose this guy.
Sweet. So
Stealthily, if possible. Just
well,
stealthily, yeah.
he is watching Vinton, so you can come around the other way and maybe get
was-
a surprise on the guy.
I was thinking maybe when he like turns around to like open the door, that's when I go up and bop him. So like as he's like arguing with Vinton, right, and he goes around to the driver's side, like away from the center. Or maybe
Yeah,
am I
'cause-
imaging it wrong in my head?
Yeah, so the driver's side is closest to the door to the restaurant, right? So he
Oh,
doesn't have to go around the truck. He just has to get to the car and open the closest door. And next to him are two empty parking spaces. There's a car on the other side of him.
Yeah.
But you could go all the way around the truck, and as he's like watching the back, you could come around here, but that's going to put you exposed to the restaurant.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Why aren't you under? You could be under the armored car.
No, it was like it
Again?
couldn't be that the thing is lifted up. Like I have it lifted up so he could.
I'm down with that. Yeah, and you're a contortionist. Give me a contortionist roll to get underneath this like crazy freaking this armored truck.
Okay.
I've got to use your skills somewhere. Contortionist, baby.
Okay.
As
I think
Ta,
just for having the skill,
Oh,
like he's
thank God.
already pretty.
that's amazing.
I
All right,
told you, man.
Ta,
I told you.
Ta,
Good
you've won some like limbo competitions. You get yourself flat, and you got your little ankles out, and you're just moving yourself forward under the. I mean, like nobody gets to see it because you're under a truck, but it looks creepy, right? Because it's like this guy is propelling himself with like little foot movements, just going right under this truck, and you get to this guy as he doesn't know you're there, right? Who comes up under his truck? His truck is like impossible to get under, and you've got your hypo, so do it.
Okay. When we said that was a melee, correct? Oh
Yeah.
no, that was a brawling.
Yeah, it's a
We did
brawling.
it as a brawling.
It's a brawling.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
So
You're subtracting
12.
5 from 17,
Yeah.
which is a 12. Because it's brawling. Oop.
Oh,
Okay. All right, I'm
We
back.
lost-
We've lost Vinton. Scheisse. Okay.
will return momentarily.
Yeah. Okay. But either way, while I'm in Ethan's spot. Oh, hey, here he's coming back.
I want to hear you say this in Ethan's voice. That would be awesome.
So, he does get an evasion roll because brawling is an active defensive thing. So even though he's like not fully where he's in combat, like you feel something coming at you, or you like out of the corner eye see something coming at you, you get like a reflexive like I get to jerk away.
Sure.
His to hit after all of his stuff was only a 12.
Oh,
So
okay.
the fact that you were a 17, yeah, I mean you still get the guy. Because even though you failed, it's still a success because you're so skilled at this thing, right?
Okay.
And that's part of the deal with the whole like crit failure system here. So yeah, you hypo this kid. It's in the shin. It doesn't happen quite as fast as the other guy, but you definitely delivered a dose to the guy. He's like, "What the fuck?" As he like, kicks his leg. Like, there's a snake under there. As he like kind of kicks at you a little bit, and he like
There is rattlers out here.
goes and opens his door, and he like kind of gets in and like like drags himself in kind of slow, and then just kind of stops with like
Get the door shut.
with like his feet still kind of out and most of his torso and body in, like at the last bit he's just kind of crawling into his truck because he isn't connected with what's going on, and his body's just completing the last order it was given, which was get into the truck. And so, Ta, you have these
Alright
two.
there, buddy.
You've got these two dangly legs hanging out above you.
Mhm. If I can, like just kind of kick them inside
Sure,
the car or
Sure.
the truck, and just kind of close the door.
sure. Yeah, and Vincent, you get the rest of your stuff tied up.
Yep. And I leave a like a fake bill in my truck that says Emerald Security.
Emerald
And,
Security. Oh yeah, nice
yeah,
callback.
And take off.
Okay. This guy who is trying to get the cell phone from you all is like abandons that project entirely. As soon as he sees his truck is leaving, he's like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "Get out of my way!" As he goes to make it to the door.
I just film him.
Okay, cool.
And there's this like running commentary, and now leaving without paying, and like his truck is taken off. They must have parked incorrectly.
Old Karen.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good. We're
Full-
getting that bonus.
Full on.
Yeah.
There will be a point when I'm not filming Dave where I'm gonna be like, "You want the publicity or not?"
Cool.
To that dude, I'm gonna just figure out how I need to edit this video.
Sure. So yeah, y'all drive away. This guy comes busting out of the restaurant, chasing. But your truck is faster, even like as a truck. Like there's not a lot he can really do to stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
He might even be able to get a hand on the thing, but he's not going to be able to like really climb onto this whole situation. So what do you do with the truck? I think you're alone, Vinton. Because I don't think anybody else.
I'm still in the back.
Oh, you're still in the back of the thing with the two passed out guys. I love it. Okay.
With the two passed out guys, and now there's a third passed out guy in the front of the truck.
Todd, did
and
you
I'm
go?
in the passenger seat.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I got the
you
passenger
pushed him in and got yourself in.
back.
Okay. All right. So the three of you are leaving, each in your own little room. So yeah, Todd, you're sitting in the passenger seat as you see this guy chasing, and he's like running, trying to get, and he like reaches out and like gets a hand on the front corner of the thing, and he's like holding on. He's trying, and then like his grip slips, and he's like does the stumbly thing as he's trying to run. Do you do anything? I mean, he sees you.
Well, like I would assume I have like my hood up, so like it would be hard to see me, but no, I don't. I just.
I mean, he
kinda-
sees a form. There's a person.
Yeah,
in
he
the
sees a form.
yeah.
You just wave at
Yeah.
him.
Cool.
With his buddy's hand.
Did I see that?
He waved at him with his buddy's hand. He's like, ah!
I'll go full Woody and Buzz on. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm Mrs. Nesbit.
Oh my god. So yeah, so y'all leave. This guy is horrified about what's going on. You see, as y'all leave, right? Oz and Violet, you see him like stop and kind of look around real quick in this gas station like parking lot, and he just like pulls out an agent and like starts dialing, and you can just see like the look of defeat on his face as he's like, I cannot believe we got impounded.
Yeah. I'll calm
Right,
to
that's what
everyone.
happened.
Yeah,
what
that's it.
happened, yeah.
I'll calm to everyone that he's making calls. Let's hit the rendezvous point because I assume we made our rendezvous point.
Yeah, got a rendezvous point.
Yeah, we found some like weird, like almost like a way too steep pull off that goes up to this weird shack in the
Yeah.
woods or whatever.
Yeah.
All that kind of shit. You
Yeah.
know?
You got.
I'm gonna give Roy an extra 50 eddies.
Yeah,
for-
Roy. You ask him if he wants the publicity. I think he doesn't care. I think he's okay with it because I mean this is like this kind of shit happens, you know, and like
But
people.
if we put this on the net with them fucks doing that, you're gonna get up in here wanting your food.
Yeah, we gotta get more
Okay.
people eating, so it's great.
Hell yeah! All right, so I'll give him
Gotta
50
spread
eddies.
the Mexican dream.
Yeah, I'll give him 50 eddies for the trouble,
Cool.
and because he did actually make all that food.
He did make a lot of food.
I think Oz and I will be taking leftovers.
Because I need to go. Oscar's
Yeah.
out with a big box.
Yeah,
Next week.
we appreciate you, Roy. We'll definitely be back again.
See that you do. It's real good doing business with you. Y'all are a cute couple.
Why? Thank you so much. And we'll head out.
Cool. Yeah, and he's still standing there. He comes back over to the spot where you've tossed the emerald security. Bill notice, and he's like looking at this, and
At
he's
the
like,
bottom,
he's
at
like,
the bottom of it for inconvenience charge, 4,000 eddies.
he's like, I can't fucking believe 4,000 eddies. We should just roll them. Yes, boss. I know we can't just roll them, but I'm just saying.
Oh, see, that's why we hit them instead of the Hecate Pharmaceuticals, because they're not just gonna roll anybody. They're nice.
Yeah.
They're above board.
They're above board.
So, y'all go do your rendezvous. Tell me real quick how you leave these three dosed, tranquilized guys with, low heartbeats, but they're alive. What do you do with them?
I would take out my
creative.
flask and pour a little bit of alcohol on a couple of them, and just to like give them, so you put a little bit in their mouth, put a little bit over their kind of shirts, just to kind of give them that like boozy vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is a moment where Silas really lets his creative side come out.
Okay.
He hasn't really had a chance to just have some fun in a while.
We're all afraid of Silas's creative side, just so that we're aware.
Like I want there to be an artistry to it, right? Like we got the room and we got to have everything set up logically. Like this guy was partying over here and that's where he drank too much. And so there's like a bottle, there's like a little bit of a trail, and it's part of that thing where like in Hitman, when you hide two bodies in like one place, they always end up in like the worst pose possible. So there's like a couple guys who just kind of fell on top of each other in like an awkward way.
Sure.
It's just like, yeah, just, have some fun with it. Like these guys just totally ditched in the truck and went partying. How weird is that?
Just boost it up. I like it.
And Chad had the best idea is that you put the address from the impound place from last week as where on the receipt. So they have to go to the place that got up last week.
Definitely do that. I would definitely have done that.
Yeah, Ghost, you're the best, buddy. Yeah, so your address for pickup is the wrecker from last time. Like, what is it, Zeke's Wrecker Shop or whatever?
Yeah, Zeke's Wrecker Shop. Yep.
And that's like way in Smud. Like, it's way far away. That's awesome.
So we're definitely planning those guys somewhere, but we're taking the container, right?
Yeah, we're taking the whole truck.
Oh yeah.
Keeping it.
But we're putting them somewhere near, and then we're going to go rendezvous somewhere else.
Yep.
To dump the truck and get what we need.
Oh,
yeah, we paid some shitty motel like an hourly rate to just prop those guys up and then left.
Sure. Yeah, you took some photos.
Took some photos, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that probably me and Todd go over that truck with a fine-tooth comb looking for any sort of tracking devices that they put in that.
Yeah. Give me your perception, and Todd, you can roll in your
electronics and security.
Yeah, because you're gonna be hunting for signals. You're gonna be hunting for things that have charge to them that shouldn't have charge to them, that kind of thing.
I get to use my field expertise.
Okay. So, Ta, you find the GPS signal. You find there's a little box up on the roof of the armored box itself, of the armored container itself, that is kind of between the inner wall and the outer wall. So it was really tough to find, but you found like the access port where you could service it from within the armored vehicle. And that right there is a little, GPS doesn't really work as well, but it is a tracker. It allows people to discover where their truck is in case something like this were to happen when the truck itself gets stolen, right?
Can I make its last ping in Zeke's scrapyard? Like that's where it last pinged from, or no? Or that'd be something else?
Give me
that, or we can just tape it to one of the dudes' head that we've just left somewhere.
Leave it here at the hotel, at this motel.
So you have options, right? You could take it to Zeke's and just throw it in that yard, right? Zeke's is still there. You could, through like electronic security, try and like get it to have a different location. It's not really like a computer, so it's nothing that hacking would help out with. It really is all Ta here. So yeah, I think you have two options. You can either ditch it over there or do electronic security to get it to ping a wrong location before it turns off.
I don't get to use electronic security, so I'll go that one again.
Sweet. Hey, look at that critical success. Not only do you get it to ping that as its last location, you have the wherewithal to have it ping the route along the way to Zeke's Wrecker Shop, and then it goes silent once it's been there for like 30 minutes. So
tonight.
That is solid. And then Oz on your front, casing the rest of this stuff, and doing all of your perception stuff. You find that they had holdout pistols in both in here and in the driver's compartment. Little false false cubbies where you could have a pistol and a spare mag.
What are the actual supplies?
Yeah. So you go through and look at this. This shipment, you have the order of sale and all of that stuff that people sell, that people track on. This shipment was going to Smud. It was a big shipment. It was going to actually to Smud Corrections. And it was going to be, it's some medical supplies, a whole lot of bandages, some like ventilator tubing and that kind of thing, stuff like that to help with like drowning victims.
Okay.
Would I put 2 to 2 together?
I mean, yeah, y'all, it's pretty obvious what this is for. It's to provide medical supplies to the prison that recently had a freak water containment problem that drowned some folk.
I have an idea. We have a contact with Smud who isn't necessarily in that line. But if I could potentially talk to him about this missing load, and getting it over to the police, to the corrections, like below the board, like that guy that we saved his lover or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe
he's not even supposed to like officially know us, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah, it's all under board. Yeah, all under the table. And what was his name again? What was his name again?
Something Davey. He had a very local electric name.
Jim Davies.
Jim Davies. That's right. Yeah. Jim Davies.
And even he could even pitch that good for him and be like, look, somebody screwed up, but you know what? Through my contacts, I'm going to donate this.
Yeah, definitely. It's like,
we better be getting paid for this.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we get paid or not, it does.
Yeah,
well,
so it would be like... So talk to me about how you want to get paid from Jim Davies.
If possible. Like, hey, we came across these supplies. We also know that there's some bad PR on this pharmaceutical, Paragon. Maybe I'll send a doctored video to him, and be like, are these seem to be for Smud, or can we sell these to you? Blah blah blah.
Sure. Yeah. Let's see here. If you were a fixer, I'd ask you to do street deal, but let's do. You're talking to a bureaucrat. Let's do bureaucracy.
Can do bureaucracy.
Because this guy is not used to being like super street, so he still kind of thinks in terms of bureaucratic speak. So you have to give him a way that allows him to like discover and seize assets in a way that like works in his bureaucratic mind with a crit. Holy smokes. Okay, cool. A 30 on that roll total. Yeah, he starts to like, in discussing with him, he's like, yeah, but how do I even, like, I appreciate this. I really do like the windfall, but how do I even begin to discover this and seize it and all that stuff? And you walk him through, well, back when I did this, back when I had a similar position to you, we would find things all the time. Just this the way the world is, right? And we fill out these sorts of forms. Oh yeah, we do have a discovery form, and you walk him through it. And Jim Davies is all about this and says, he says, and I have to say that my partner has spoke nothing but kindness for you all in saving him and how you treated him and how safe he felt. So I very much want to repay your kindness. I honestly don't know exactly what you need. So could you give me some ideas? I remember this guy works in the Chew agricultural and refinery end of things. So he's a fuel man.
Okay. So he's asking me what I
through the city.
Say what?
He's asking you like what could he do to repay you for this kindness? He's very happy to, like, now that he knows the process by which he can get this and get the credit and further put Paragon Pharmacy into a bad shape. That's all great. But what can he do for you for this windfall?
What did you say?
Clear the train?
We cleared the train. That was the first job.
Yep.
Like there and back?
Yep.
To like get all the steel?
Yep. This guy's already on board with that. Because they returned his lever and did not like rake him over the coals for price.
Right.
We can get, as a Nomad fan, we can get, while we're up here, free access. Well, that would probably be.
Yeah.
Or is all we have?
Something that would be useful for us would be cheaper fuel. You know, the movement of our goods.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Tell you what. I'm gonna give you an account number. And that account number gets a discount on Smud fuel at select Smud stations.
Select Smud stations. Promotional code.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smud wow.
Smud wow. Yeah. He gives you it's an annoyingly long string of letters and numbers. He says, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And he says if you go to the pumps or go to the attendant and hand this to them, it gets you 50% off fuel. It's basically the, not the employee discount, it's the company discount.
Okay. Thank you. That will be very beneficial for us.
And if you would,
It's like congressperson health insurance.
yeah, and he says if you would do me a favor and don't go nuts on that, that account can stay open for a good long while.
That's good. Thank you very much. The only other thing that I might bother your time for is, you know anything about the gang?
You broke up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Do you know anything about the Big Iron Gang?
Oh, yeah, they're a problem. They are supposed to be bringing supplies into town, and back when they were just Big Iron, and all of a sudden, I don't know. I think the folk who handle relations and contracts maybe got a little greedy or maybe misunderstood something, but suddenly Big Iron wasn't just Big Iron; they were Big Iron Gang.
You think you could set me up with a meeting with someone to talk with them? They have something that we need.
You want me to set up a meet with you and Big Iron?
Someone within the city that...
Oh, yeah. I could do that. I could get you a meet with someone, for sure. Give me a couple of days, and I'll get you access.
I appreciate your time, Mr. David.
Likewise, Dr. Vi. Or does he know you as Dr. Vi? Does he know her as someone else?
He probably knows me as someone else.
Okay, then whatever that handle was.
I didn't fill out paperwork. It's Dr. Violet Fleming here, so...
Sure.
I wrote that down somewhere.
Yes, whatever name you last gave him is what he uses.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay. So it's not cash payment. It is something.
Yeah.
Then be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you did good, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You got us an entryway into getting that steel. We can get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, and a fuel account that, if y'all don't go crazy, will be available to the family for a good long while.
And build that relationship with Jim Davies, which is a contact that we have. And this would make Jim Davies look good, which makes him more powerful, which,
Yeah.
it's all.
Yeah, it's going to embarrass the corrections group. It's going to embarrass Paragon Soul. It's going to make the refinery team look good. There's things shaking around within Smud now, all because of one stupid truck full of stuff to help people recover from drowning.
And definitely send a message to Go To that the job is done. Send him evidence of the doctored video that I have.
Cool.
Because I would have put some time into just making sure we're not in it and that they look horrible. And then I'm sure if Jim Davies actually talks about, I'm sure the news reporters are going to pick up on Jim Davies brings in the shit from Paragon.
He's gonna work with the Smud News Network. They have to package everything. It's state-run media. They control all the messaging, right? So he really can't make the corrections people look too bad, but he can definitely make the refinery people look good. And Paragon Paragon looks bad in the news right now. and they bring out the Paragon. Next day or two, the Paragon CEO comes out and says, "Hey, normally our drivers are all above board and don't park incorrectly. I have no idea who this Roy character is and his gas station with its insane parking rules." So he tries to put it onto the gas station, but it's kind of a thin argument, all that kind of stuff. But this is all just stuff that plays out over the next couple of days.
But we also put out a video of these dickheads at Roy's.
Oh yeah.
Not
oh yeah.
Roy.
No, yeah,
So
yeah.
Roy's popular right now.
Yeah, and Roy's has this huge swell of people getting themselves some Chexican, and everybody's jonesing to get themselves some Colacheritos or whatever it was. No, Colachos.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colachadillas, yeah. Yeah, SNN, Smud News Network.
David, did we keep the truck or did we give it all of it back?
I don't know. Did y'all keep the truck?
I would like to keep.
Yeah, I don't think we don't have to give it back. That's not part of the deal.
He just needed what was in the truck.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Also, I
easy
would have
enough.
out of there for us.
Taking the what out of there?
The drugs.
Oh yeah.
If there was some pharma in there, then
Yeah, I mean, there's some painkillers. There's some.
I would have just skimmed some.
Yeah.
I mean, so would probably Tom a little bit.
Tom's like.
Hey man, to take a handful out the pill jar. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's a
Living life on the edge.
It's a whole galaxy of uppers and downers and.
Does this truck have?
What's that?
Does this truck have windows?
Oh yeah.
I would have.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. This is an armored truck intended to take small arms fire. Absolutely. And the anti-vehicle thing that it had a way of letting loose a bunch of tire shredders.
I want to spend time. I want to. No, I'm claiming this one.
I don't know. If
I want to put. I want to put that.
Y'all, hold on. Y'all will fight about
truck.
that off screen. We will find out who wins that debate. I don't have anything else. I know we went a little over. I don't have anything else tonight in terms of the heist and how it all goes down.
I think it went great.
Yeah.
I think it was amazing for us.
I love that y'all have a contact with Roy here as a Shiv Rav front man.
Oh my god.
Y'all have someone that is
as well as all of their
Shiv Rav
data.
doesn't have to be just a do not associate
people.
kind of thing, If we get our in, we don't like them, but
yeah.
hey,
Hey, Silas,
face cut off.
Walk that road with me, baby. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll start off all easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like Breaking Bad, where it's just this is reasonable. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, everybody at home. We are gonna sign off here. We have a little bit of wrap up to do, giving out XP and all this. Oh, actually, I'd love to give out XP on stream. Can we do that? Let's give out XP. Let me pull up the rule book and toss out some XP. So, y'all are so y'all as a group successfully completed a mission in this evening. So I'd like to do it as the group track for XP. Let's see here. I think at least 30 points based on group mission was a strong success. I think maybe even 35 resounding success. Because you got some side goals done on this one, like reconnect with Jim Davies, get some nice boons there, made a contact with Roy over Shiv Rav of all organizations to make a contact with.
I would almost, compared to some of our other missions, this one goes down in the books.
This is probably y'all's best mission in a while.
Oh, yeah. So I would want to push that to 40. Mission was legendary.
Doing everything, getting it all right, getting out smooth, and making a contact with Smud and Shiv Rav.
I
That's
don't
the
think it's any better than
We
this.
have literally screwed at any given point. Like, both of those organizations, we make it a point to ruin their days. And
Never
somehow
fired
that
a gun. Never fired
Never
a gun.
fired a
I didn't fire a
Taser.
gun.
You fired a taser. That's a gun.
That doesn't count.
that doesn't count.
Never
We didn't
fired a
even
bullet.
Yeah.
We
Nobody
pulled-
fired a bullet. Not one person fired a
We-
bullet.
I'm proud of myself.
within 50 yards of a family, and there wasn't a scream.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah,
there
that-
were like
that
all
kid
these
was
people.
playing. They were kicking a ball around. They were having a picnic.
All right, you talked me into the 40. I like it. Legendary success. One small little point that comes up. You go back to collect with GoTo. He says, in the contract, it was 800 for success, 1,200 total if they're embarrassed.
Is that what it said? In the Discord?
Mother.
Is that what it said?
If you
That's fine.
if you go and read it, you could go either way with it, right? And
Okay.
GoTo is taking the position is like it's 1,200 for the payout. And
I'll
Me
push
writing.
I'll push it. I'll bargain. I'll
Okay.
I'll push back.
Okay, cool.
I don't think
Yeah.
Klaus should be there.
No, this is all handled over the comms that you have set up with GoTo. So really this is going to Vi, but y'all could talk about it or not.
I laid out exactly what I agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
The payment, other than the contract with my uncle, is 800 credits. The job is to disrupt a shipment from Paragon Pharmaceuticals to one of their customers. There is an additional payment of 1,200 credits if we make it appear that it was due to incompetence on the part of Paragon and their security company.
It says, "Oh yes, but if you look at the contract I had sent over, it was let me read it. It was 800 credits for the deal, and then 1,200 credits if you happen to get them embarrassed in the process. So let's do a bureaucracy
Sure.
to see, like, as we do our bureaucratic fight, how it goes down.
Wow.
There's also if you look at how easy that was, it's on video. Is this?
Yeah,
Do you really want to fuck with these guys, right? Like, is that the move
That was
But
with
that's-
us not.
that's
was
but that's the
with us
deal.
not
That's
firing
what buyers do, right? They're like, I wanted to pay 1,200 for this whole thing, not $2,000. But your 17 beats his 16. So y'all go round and round and round, and he says, "Okay, it'll be $2,000 for everything, but I can't give you any other deals because the coffers for this project are done."
That's fine.
Okay.
As long as the payment to the goods to Dr. Weiss get done.
Yep, we'll see about that. And then
Oh,
and then he disconnects.
Do I have a separate contact to Hecate?
Yeah, you have her stuff. Yeah,
Then I will contact her immediately thereafter.
cool.
Hey, your fuckboy's trying to start some shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
like, can Silas and Vinton be there and hear this call? But like, it looks like
Yeah.
and Vinton just be like,
yeah.
Vinton looks over at Silas like, it looks like we might actually go to work, my friend.
I call Hecate.
Cool. Yeah, Hecate. It takes a little bit to get to Hecate, but eventually you get on a call with Hecate, and she says, "Midnight Runners, Vi. I hear that things were a success and that you got quite the boon."
We did the job that we were asked to, got paid for it,
Great.
and I'm waiting for you to fulfill your obligation to Vice's contract, as was agreed.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to take some time, right? Like I said, this was to kind of soil their name, give me time to buy them so I can get the supplies that are going to go to Dr. Vi. So it's going to take a little bit for all that to come together, but, as long as everything goes smooth, I think we're okay.
I don't have the words for it, Dave, but I deeply want to threaten this woman
Sweet.
to the fact that if you don't want my guys in there making sure, or that will be what will happen if this doesn't.
Man, we
get
can load the
handled.
trucks.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, yeah. So what?
Oh, it's
I
like-
think it's an intimidate, right? I mean, there's an intimidate skill, right? Making sure.
I don't.
Be in your best interest if you started
the-
sending over some supplies.
Let me
Just
go
a,
back and
just
look
a
at the
bonus,
skills.
just a bonus of the video on repeat of us just driving off with that truck in like
Mhm.
9 seconds.
Yep.
I don't do intimidate. I have vision though.
Trying to find skill lists. Here we go. Social skills. Okay. Then I think that's just. Well, I guess it's persuasion.
Persuasion.
Trying to look in all the things here. Yeah, I guess it's persuasion.
18.
Sweet. Okay. She says, we will take that under consideration. And hangs up.
Well, that'll be a next game check.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's called a timer, and when it
That's
hits
a clock.
0,
Yeah,
we
that's-
have to go do stuff.
That's a clock.
and
Yeah, yeah.
We really don't want to go do stuff. So,
But you will if you gotta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Cool. I mean, you know that you got through to her. With your role and her stuff, you got through to her. She just wasn't willing to admit it.
Of course.
So, everybody.
Oh, sorry. So the payment would have been 2,000, cutting 200 off of that for the payment to the dude.
You give him an extra 50.
I'll take that off of me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Easy
Sounds
peasy. Awesome. Okay. Everybody at home, we're gonna call it here. And thanks a ton for tuning in, everybody. This was a blast and a half. I just did not even expect y'all to go this route. I thought for sure we were going to do road combat. I was like, I boned up on the road combat rules. I was ready to do some like J turns and some all that kind of junk.
See, as soon as you said that, I was like, "That's the last thing I want to do this."
Damn it!
evening."
that was like the first thing I wanted to do was show everybody vehicle combat.
See,
Now I just gotta hit y'all. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'll just hit y'all on the road. Don't even worry about it. We'll do vehicle combat and you won't get a say. And that's just how it is.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You can do that.
Cool. Gonna need that bulletproof window in my truck real quick and in a hurry then.
I mean, it's made for the armored truck, not for your truck. The sizes are all wrong.
I got the. Never mind. We'll talk about this. I'm getting them cow ticks. I'm getting spike strips.
No, you're not. Oh, hold on. We got
All right. We have a lot of play-by-post to do between this game and next game. I can already tell. Everybody at home, thanks a ton for tuning in. This has been so much fun. You know what I should do? I should be really cool to the streaming community. Let's find a group to raid. Can we do that? Can we just take real quick, find someone to raid?
Let me see what I have.
Folks in chat, if you have someone that is streaming right now that you like, that's going, I would love to raid them. If we find someone...
Connor's streaming?
Oh, is Connor
Connor.
streaming?
Oh, yeah, Connor's still going. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
Connor's.
Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta go raid Cyberwolf. Folks, this cat, Cyberwolf, is a really cool cat. He's
I would say-
playing...
If you were.
What's up?
He's a wolf, actually, not a cat.
That's right. He'd be very upset that I called him a cat. He's a wolf. Let's see here. Playing Ori and the blind playthrough. Oh, cool, fun.
Yeah, it's a cool little platformer.
Yeah. So, raid this guy. Cyberwolf is actually going to be in our werewolf game once that gets going. I've already got Cyberwolf's character in our werewolf game, and I'm working on getting everybody else's characters ready to go. This is going to be great. So let's all go raid him, give him some love. I love it. You're all so great. Thanks a ton, everybody. As always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.